Evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Victory Fuel Cup Series here on Full Throttle Sim Racing, provided by Full Throttle Television. My name is Brody Hanna. Beside me in the booth tonight, Tony Solari. And Tony, we are at the Tricky Triangle. Three terribly tricky turns for the drivers tonight here at Pocono Raceway. 1, 2, and 3. No turn 4. But without that one corner, it's still a very demanding track for these drivers.
Yes, tricky is definitely the word of the night, and yeah, you can start drinking anytime you hear us say tricky, because we'll probably say it a lot. But yeah, this is a uniqueness of this place. It is a triangle, 3 corners, and each corner is a little different. And I don't know. I like the fact that we used to come here twice a year, but I don't know. Some guys are kind of happy that we only come here once a year now, so it's tough to say. But I enjoy this place.
Sorry, just taking care of some things right there. Yeah, definitely. It can be kind of fun if you can get it figured out. But this is a place of sacrifice. You have to sacrifice at least one of these corners usually to get things handling right. Which turn will it be? Turn 1, 2, or 3? Usually it's turn 2 that these guys kind of give up on. You definitely want to speed through turn 3 to get down that longest straightaway on the schedule. And you definitely want to get through turn 1 quick to get down Long Pond straightaway. So turns 2 is usually kind of a place where you kind of sacrifice some handling or some speed. But I'm telling you, if you get it wrong in that corner, though, it can be devastating for your night.
Yeah, turn 2, the tunnel turn, as they refer to it. It's one of the easiest turns here, but it's one of the most dangerous, because you get a little bit on that apron. It bounces you right up in the track. You can hit the wall quite a bit, and yeah, it can definitely end your night. And we saw a lot of carnage there last night and even Saturday as well. So it's a tough corner, but I've always struggled with 1, but you're right about 3. You gotta get that exit down so you can make that top speed by the time you hit turn 1 down that long straightaway.
Yeah, looking at the track description, the track map here in Pocono, the Pocono Mountains here, and you're right, that long front straightaway, that long second straightaway, then you get the short shoot between 2 and 3. Yeah, that tunnel turn can be bumpy, and we've already heard guys talking about how the cars are not handling that well. So that turn's going to be even trickier, I guess, tonight here at Pocono Raceway. We're going to look at our point standings here for the Victory Fuel Cup Series. As they finish up qualifying, we'll throw it up here right quick. Jamie Knopf comes in with a commanding lead over Nick Alford here in the B season. Kevin Ruff right there behind him, Richie Coy and Brandon Fetterplace. But I'll tell you, Jamie is got a 39-point lead already. That is amazing.
He's had a great season so far, especially compared to season A. The team has been doing really good too. Daniel's been he's been missing a few races, but he's been also having some decent finishes as of late. But yeah, Jamie's on a roll right now. He looks like he's almost got this thing. He's almost got this thing kind of tied up compared to Nick Alford from last season. So I know Ben Tracy's out there rooting on his teammate to continue, and yeah, we're still going to talk about those drivers though that we know are going to get that win, or really close to knocking on the door on that win. And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just looking quickly at the playoff points as I grid here. Just looking at the standings there, we had a new winner last week. J.C. Evans has his name to the list now. 9 winners. Kind of locked in, probably going to be 8 though, as some of the drivers fall off that aren't competing anymore. But 8 drivers locked into the playoffs, and then those guys knocking on the door: Daniel Simmons, Jeff Chandler, anybody, William Lark, all those guys could. I mean, Wayne Grassi too, Robert Malik, any of those guys could grab a win. And tonight being a unique track, we might see that here tonight as well. And quick look at the schedule: Pocono and then Atlanta. That's going to be a fun one. It's a super speedway now. Chicagoland, Sonoma, and Dover. Plenty of unique tracks coming up here.
Yeah, definitely. We got a mixed bag of different tracks coming up, and going back to the original Chicagoland Oval, which I believe everybody really loves. And next week, it's going to be a nail biter too, because I know a lot of guys really aren't too happy with the new Atlanta, but it is a white knuckle ride out there. And then they got new cars, so the cars have got a big change, and a lot of guys are struggling with it as well.
We're going to throw it over to our starting lineup here tonight for the Pocono 250. On the pole, The number 41 of Rain Layton gets it done in qualifying. He's going to start from the pole. On the outside is going to be the 3. That's Bob Fitzpatrick starting to his outside. Third place is going to be the 19 of Richie Coy with the 35 of Alex Murphy starting P4. Great start for him. The 03, Brian Dixon, starts in P5. Beside him is going to be the 18. That's John Connor. Starting P7, the 14 of Lane Allen. And there's your points leader, the 48 of Jamie Knopf, going to start beside him in P8. Ninth place is going to be the 09. That's J.C. Evans, last week's winner at Talladega. And starting P10 beside him is the 24 of William Lark.
And then in the card 34, we got Brandon Fetterplace starting 11th. Then we have Kevin Ruff in the 99 starting 12th. Robert Malikian starting 13th in the 16. Cameron King starting 14th in the 92. Martin Pinnell starting 15th in the 20th. E.J. Luna starting 16th in the 81. Alexander Hodge in the 53, starting 17th. Nick Alford, second place in points right now in the 98, starting 18th. Michael Call in the 89, starting 19th. William Owens starting 20th in the 71. And then to round up the 34-car field, we have Brian Messer, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., A.J. Cepeda, Mason Hoffner, Ray Gill, Jeff Chandler, Travis Gilbert, Alan Duranco, Kermit Henn, Corey Atkins, Brandon Elder, Wayne Grossi, Michael Blackner, and Colton Gum in 34.
We had some of the guys jump to the pits. I think Alan Duranco is going to start from the pits. I'm not sure about Travis Gilbert or William Owens. We'll see what those guys decide to do here as we come through the tunnel turn, getting ready for the start here at Pocono Raceway. So, as we always do, Tony, who's your pick tonight?
Oh, boy, on the spot tonight. I really have no idea. I might go with William Lark this week just because he didn't have a great week in the Truck Series. So I think he's going to be around this week, and I think we're going to go with the 24 this week. I'm
going to go with the 3 of Fitzpatrick. And I may have picked him before, but I feel like somebody with experience here tonight at a tough track like Pocono. It's got some laps on him. Is going to excel tonight. I think Fitzpatrick gets it done. We'll see what happens. But this is going to be a tricky one and a tough one because these guys have this new car aero and new tire on them. We're going to see what happens here as the pace car peels off. They come to the starting zone. Green flag is out, and we are green here at Pocono.
It takes a little bit of momentum for these guys to get up to speed now, especially with this long straightaway, diving into turn 1 here. And I didn't really ask anybody if anybody's shifting, but I would imagine with the 5 speeds on these cars, we are going to see a little bit of shifting going on. I know we didn't do any shifting in the trucks, but it might happen out here.
Up the track in turn 1 for the lead. Fitzpatrick and Lane side by side. Everybody seems to make it through turn 1. And again, like I said, with these new changes to these cars, some of these guys are figuring this out in the pack for the first time. All cars on track here as they're side-by-side through the tunnel turn for the lead.
Well, there's only one best way to really test out your car, and that's test it in race conditions. And, yeah, a lot of these guys, especially with all the cars on track with the extent of the draft. And there's a huge draft in that front straightaway. So,
the leaders are leaning on each other here as they come out of turn 3 for the first time. If this is a sign of things to come, we are in for a treat as they cross the line side by side. I think Fitzpatrick maybe got that lap led.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and look at that. Actually, yeah, he did. Wow. And they're still side by side going into turn 1. We got a yellow.
Yellow flag's out. Looks like Brandon Elder involved. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. sideways in turn 1. Caution is out. Lap 2. We'll go back, look at her best one tire in Auto Care Instant Replay. See what happened down here in turn 1. I'm watching Brandon Elder. I'm watching Fitzpatrick. Oh, and there's contact between him and another car going into turn 1. Big hit for the 12 into turn 1.
Yeah, I went back to go see what happened to Brandon Elder, and yeah, he just got in the grass.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick Sr. had contact with another car coming into the corner. I'm trying to see who that is back there.
The 89.
Mike just man, corrects and right up in the wall with that front end. That's going to be some big damage there. Right on board the 12 here as he pulls up beside the 89. Just going to drifts a little left, it looks like maybe. And, man,
Yeah, it's trying to get everything, trying to make the widest angle arc into turn one, and yeah, I don't know if Robert just got a little bit. He kind of came down off the wall. Maybe he's ghosting the car in front of him, or the 89 was starting to come up. But yeah, unfortunate for Robert there.
Caution number 1, lap number 2. And these guys, again, lap count tonight is 100. The stage is lap 40. And a lot of guys were saying they were really close on fuel for making that 40. This is going to put them well within that window. So not surprised we don't see any pit stops here so far. They should be able to make it from here now with the 40 lap window.
Yeah, I mean they can either kind of give it a top off, and they should be good, or just the fact if they're just riding around under caution here, they should have enough gas to make it. So we'll see, though. I heard the tires are a little sketchy, though, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do get another caution, maybe about midway, around lap 20 to maybe lap 30. I could see a few guys coming in and taking some tires.
I tell you what was sketchy there was that battle for the lead off of turn 4. Go back and see if we can see a replay of that.
I mean, they gave it to Ray Lane after the caution, but yeah, I don't think they actually stopped being too wide.
See if we can ride on board here. Coming off the corner, yeah, they definitely made some contact. Actually, the 3 got the wall there off the corner because the 41 was laying on his door there. But I know these cars are kind of they're tanks, so I don't think that'll be much of a problem for him. But it's not the way you want to start lap 1, though. I mean, good night. You already having car contact?
Yeah, it's a little early to be doing that, especially with 100 laps to go, and especially with the stage at 40. I mean, what do we say every week? Patience, relax, let the tires come to you, let the track come to you. Obviously, the car is so new and so different. A lot of guys are saying it's really, really different than what it used to be, and not in a good way different either. So some of these guys are kind of getting thrown for a loop here.
I think, and I know that clean air is so important here. And maybe that's what they're thinking. They want to get out front and get in that clean air because, we talked about the aero changes to this car. A lot of conversation this week about the changes to this car and the way the aero affects the car. And even with the changes to the tire and everything, these guys kind of figuring it out for the first time. Of course, we had our first race on the build last week at Talladega for obvious reasons. It's a little easier track to kind of ease into on build week. And then now you come to a track like this, and it kind of throws everything at you, to be honest with you. You got a turn like Indianapolis for turn 2. You got a really sweeping flat turn for turn 3, and you got a bank turn in turn 1. So you went from not really learning anything about the car to having everything thrown at you here at Pocono.
Well, right, and the fact that we only come here once a year, it's not like and it's so unique, it's so different. A lot of these teams, they don't really. You don't really learn much because by the time you get around the next year, you kind of got a new car at that point too. So it's you already have some sort of change with the car. So it does. It really kind of throws a monkey wrench into the works. But we'll see.
Throws a monkey into the wrench.
A monkey into the wrench, or you throw a wrench at the monkey, I guess maybe.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
I do see some people on chat. We got BP and Doyle and Dustin Franklin. So thanks, guys, for watching. And hope you guys are enjoying yourself. We're just getting started, basically.
Yeah, Dustin cheering on EJ Luna out there in the 24. Or not the 24. He used to be the 24. He's not the 24 right now. He is the 81. Doyle always cheering on Jeff Chandler out there. He said he feels a wind's coming for the 31, so he's making a prediction.
Well, Jeff did pretty well on Wednesday. I think he finished second or third, and we know Jeff really likes this place, so that's definitely a good pick. He's still a little deep in the field right now, but that's typical Jeff, so maybe we'll see him up there towards the end here.
All right, they are 2 by 2. They're 3 and 4, or 3. Looking for turn.
I was going to say,
looking for turn 4, but they can't seem to find it. So We'll see if this, you got the whole field here for a restart this early. Everybody packed back on top of each other. A couple laps on the tires. We'll see if they get it done here. Pace cars off. Restarts green. We are go again here at Pocono.
And Ray got a great jump off the line there, too. So I almost wonder if Robert Jr. was sleeping there. He's side by side with Richie Coy now for a second.
Richie on the outside of the 19, the 3 on the inside. Still 2x2 back there behind him as well as Richie gets a little high coming off the corner.
Yeah, you can make that outside work, though. It's pretty decent for a little bit of momentum.
Looks like these guys are really tiptoeing right now, trying to figure this out. Or some of them are anyway. Some more than others.
Yeah. It's definitely, this is the time to tiptoe. Figure out what kind of car you got, see how this thing drives, especially with the amount of traffic you have. And, just take each corner at a time. But, man, Ray's got a great lead right now. He's starting to pull away a little bit from Richie. Richie is not catching up to him. But it is early.
Kevin Ruff dropping back a little bit here. Looks like he got a little loose in the 3, and he's like, all right, let me regroup here.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to do. Regroup, just relax, especially, too, with 40 laps. If we stay green, I mean, that's a lot of time. And I heard something, too, with the tire. There's big fall off. So, again, like I say every week, you got to save those tires. But I think you got to even do it more now.
Jamie Knopf in that Lowe's throwback paint scheme for Jimmy Johnson. Hopefully, hoping, I guess, to bring some good luck his way. So that's a little bit different colors we're going to look for him in.
Yeah, he was in a throwback Earnhardt colors last week, and now he's in the Jimmy Johnson car. He just likes, I'm not used to seeing him in that or in any other color but the yellow.
Up front, starting to tighten up a little bit as Corey runs down lane in the 41. Fitzpatrick there as well, taking that higher lane through turn 2.
Yeah, they look good to kind of close up to Ray right now. I'm just kind of going through the back of the field, too. A lot of guys are pretty much side by side, although John Connor looks like he's making a move on Alex Murphy there for fourth.
Yeah, through the tunnel turn. They're going to go too wide. No, Alex Murphy drives it hard down to the corner.
Wow. Almost choked him up. He's under fire now with the 24. My pick for tonight, William Lark.
Ooh, almost contact between the 24 and the 18 there. And 24 is going to get that position. Here comes Jamie Knopf. So it looks like John Connor's being swallowed up right now.
Wow. Yeah, he lost three spots in that round. I should say 2 spots. He was trying to go for 4th, and now he's set up at 7th.
All week here, people have been talking about how this track is a momentum track. It really, it's a drafting track. Draft down the straightaways. You don't want to lose your momentum in the corner. And, you're seeing it right there. Oh, it looks like is that Cameron King got a little loose under John Connor. He's going to be the one losing track position.
Yeah, that's in that tunnel turn like we were talking about. So that's, or was that turn 1?
Turn 1.
That was. I'm not in my super far blimp shot, so. Although you need a nice wide angle for this track. It's very big.
Up front, you see Fitzpatrick using that really high line, or high entry anyway, into turn 3. Trying to get that run down the straightaway. It's like a 19. I don't know if he had a little issue there. It checked up just a little bit. Here comes that 3 with that momentum to push the 19. Is the 19 going to try to look inside here? No, he's going to hang on.
I was kind of surprised William didn't try to get on the inside of Richie there because, that outside entry in the 3, he was able to pull on Richie pretty good throughout that back or front straight. And he probably could have dipped out and maybe kind of made it too wide with Richie, but, we got another yellow.
Looks like Mason Hoffner involved in the 30. The only name that popped up. Let's go back and look at our best one tire and auto care instant replay here in turn 3. Oh, he just loses it. Self spin. So just loses it in turn 1.
It wasn't really under fire either. Just kind of a little loose. Good job though, everybody avoiding him, and I don't think he he hit the wall at all? As I'm looking, he was able to kind of keep it straight, keep it off the wall. Will we have any takers? That's my question. I mean, I know we don't have many. They don't have many sets of tires, but with the tire degradation, like we've been talking about, I know at some point somebody's going to come in and grab some tires.
Yeah, we will see. What, lap 11? So still a long way to go if you pit here with those limited sets of tires. Do you want to burn a set now? Is it worth it? Probably not if you're up front, but somebody somewhere, there's going to be a line where somebody says, okay, it's time to try something different.
I mean, yeah, with the amount of lap we have right now, if it were me out there, I probably would stay out. I don't know, it'd be a little too early to kind of come down for it, but we might see. Maybe somebody might want to just even come in, get a top off of fuel, maybe make a change or two. Tires, though, yeah, I might save a set.
Well, you can't have your tires and eat them too.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go, too, and look to see how many people are shifting. Now, if they are shifting, they're going to be shifting into 3 because that is the tightest of the corner. Oh, Richie Coy's coming.
Richie's coming in. Looks like
got
everybody.
Well, bunch of imposters.
Looks like everybody's staying out for the most part.
Actually,
Michael
we
Call's
do have
going to
one
come
guy.
in. Brian Messer, Travis Gilbert. It's like I said, some of those guys in the back don't have much to lose. They're going to come in and take those tires and see what they can do. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they just need an adjustment, fix some damage, or I don't think they need fuel. So let's see what some of these lead guys do here. Yeah, looks like Call is taking tires. I think Messer, once he finds his pit stall, is. Well, let's see what Messer's doing. No, he's just fixing damage.
Alan Duranco was in.
Actually, Call may be fixing damage too. He's sitting there in the pits. So maybe some of these guys just coming in for damage repair.
Oh, Mason Hoffner for sure took tires.
Well, he did spin, so.
Right.
He kind of burned
Travis
his.
Gilbert,
said.
Nothing. Michael Blackner was in too. No tires on his end. I didn't think Michael got any damage though, but he's been sitting in there for a little while.
Yeah, tires are definitely the story now. I don't think fuel is. But speaking of fuel, leads us to the sponsor of the series here, Victory Fuel. Make sure to go to drinkvictory.com. Use code FTSR for 10% off your order there. Look at the Throttle Punch, the Lucky Lemon, and the Purple Potion. 19 Akoi sporting the full throttle or Victory Fuel paint scheme out there tonight. And definitely want to stop by and try that stuff out. Give that a try. If, like I said, FTSR is your code for 10% off your order there on Drink Victory. Victory Fuel is a proud sponsor of the Victory Fuel Cup Series.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And I don't know if you can get a shot at his hood at some point, because I've been hearing it's not an energy drink, which we've all known.
Getting 2x2 here, getting ready for the restart. It's going to be Ray Lane leading Richie Coy, and Lane is taking that outside lane. Let's see if we can fit the word lane in there one more time.
Well, I know Lane Allen's down. He's in 10th right now, so I didn't hear him complaining about the car when we were down there and chat with him earlier. So he might like it.
But he was making some adjustments, that's for sure. Everybody looking for that magic potion, maybe some purple potion.
Yeah, you're going to need a whole lot of that tonight, I think. I'm just looking to see Ray Lane kind of shoot out like a cannon again, as he did the last restart.
Alex
He
Murphy
just got Richie on the inside.
Alex Murphy running third right there, doing a good job in that 35. We saw him under fire from the 18. He pulled that out and maintains I think it's actually fourth position. So doing a good job out there tonight in the 35. You got William Lark up 5 positions right now in fifth. So, or actually 6 right behind them in the 24. 24 and 48 side by side. Where have we seen that before?
Yeah, right. And I don't know. I mean, that outside line in the truck, to me, I felt like the outside line was definitely the lane you wanted to be in for passing, and it just had way more momentum, especially in most of the corners. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where the trend lies.
Well, we've seen the 3 give the 19 a good push here. He's probably going to try it here on this restart once again. But Ray Lane leading in the 41. Pace cars off. They enter the restart zone. The 41 shoots out to the lead, and we are green once again.
Yeah, it's almost like Ray gets his own green flag. It seems like the rest of the field, he just catches them sleeping every time. Richie Coy holds it down low, kind of keeps it up for second. You were right though, 3 gallon push.
Here comes the 35 on the outside, but the 19 getting a push from the 3. Oh, it looks like he got him a little upset there as Alex Murphy's going to take that position into P2. Everybody trying to find a place to ride as they head into the, almost contact between the 48 and the 24.
Yeah, they were, Richie was going high up on the lane. So was Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. And the 48, Jamie Canopio almost went down low, but they all kind of sorted themselves out.
Here comes Coy under the number 35 as the 35 takes a high line through 3 and 4. He's going to get that run off the corner, though. Preferred line as he's going to pull ahead of the 19.
I think after seeing that, yeah, the outside lane is definitely the lane you want to be. But I'll tell you, Ray Lane is where you really want to be. He's got that clean air right now, and he is just driving away. They are all still monkeying around behind him.
Got the 18 of Connor in the wall back there. We stay green, though. They kind of sort that out. They were about 3 wide through 1, but they get back single files. They head down the backstretch.
Yeah, I'm looking right behind him. E.J. Luna and Brian Dixon, they were super tight to each other. I almost thought they were going to have a little bit of contact, and maybe they did, but they were able to keep it clean there.
3 and 4 one more time. Alex Murphy starting to stretch it out. Now they are 3 wide. Now back to 2 wide as they come off turn 3. As the 24 William Lark all of a sudden shows up here.
Yeah, it actually looked like Richie got stuck on the outside. Maybe he tapped the wall a little bit there. But man, Alex Murphy, yeah, where did he come from? Richie was fighting for second, and I don't know if he got tight or something.
These guys are 3 wide once again now. Back to 2 wide. That 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick saying no thank you 3 wide, because there's a couple times he could have made it 3 wide. I think he's backing out. It's like, nah, not yet. But he is going backwards, though. The 3 starting to slide back as he in 7th right now, going to lose another position.
Well, he's stuck on that low line, and he just can't. He needs to find that hole to kind of get up into the upper groove, because right now that low line, it's like having an open wound he just cannot heal.
Yep, looking for a hole, and he finally finds it, but it's behind Cameron King in the 92. Oh, we got a big wreck in the back.
I don't see a yellow yet.
Bob Fitzpatrick involved, no caution so far, but I saw the 12 take a big hit coming off the corner, but we stay green.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and let's see what happened there. Ooh, Colton Gum was sideways. Yeah, it looks like Colton Gum just kind of he tapped the wall and then started sliding, and yeah, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. He was low on the track for whatever reason, and just trying to dodge Colton.
Coming off the corner here. No, that's not even it.
Yeah, Colton hit the wall, bounced off the wall. Unfortunately, yeah, just for Robert. Robert went low on the track for whatever reason, exiting that corner, turn 3, and it was almost going to hit Colton. Well, we got the yellow out now. Bigger wreck in the back.
Let's see if I can see what's going off the corner. Colton gets loose off the corner, it looks like, and the 12 just hits the wall trying to avoid him, and they both keep going there for that. But you're right, now the caution is out.
And it involves the 24.
The
24 and Cameron King, it looks like, right?
All right, let's pull up our best one tire and auto care instant replay for that incident. If I can find them.
Wow. Williams got bad front nose damage. Came up on the track and took out some other cars towards the back end.
Let's see
Corey
what happens
Atkins
here.
got involved.
Oh, did the 24 get loose or did the 92 come up?
They made contact.
Oh, I know that. I just don't know.
Oh. Actually, from what I'm looking at, yeah, the 24 did get a little loose, but it looked like the 92 was coming up at the same time. 92 was getting tight. Yeah, the 24 looked like he was getting a little loose.
Coming off the corner here. Is it 20? Yeah, 24's loose. 92's coming up. They just end up in the same spot. And big hit for the 92. Big hit for the 24. Nose to the inside wall.
Yeah, then you had a couple cars scattering. Brandon Fetter Place just trying to scatter and get out of the way. He kind of tapped the wall. William Lark did come up the track and looked like he got Corey Atkins.
It's Kermit Hen sideways, I think. Was it not? No. Who was that? Get cars scattered back here trying to find. My goodness. This is not helpful at all.
No. I'm trying to go back and look myself here. After William Lark got Corey kind of made contact with. Corey ended up making contact with the 24 again.
Into the inside wall. Ooh, rolls up the track. You're right. Takes out his teammate. And big wreck up front. Was that EJ Luna? That was who I saw was sideways. EJ Luna involved in that too.
Yeah, Travis Gilbert got a little taste of that.
In the 16, saw him sideways.
Yep. Yeah, he was sideways. I don't think he actually made any contact. He just was trying to avoid and just kind of got loose trying to avoid it, but I don't believe he had any contact.
We know it's bumpy down there, so I'll tell you who I want to ride on board with is the 1.
I was going to say the 3 was pretty good. He was able to kind of dart and dive through that as well.
On board with Corey Atkins here because he takes a big hit from his teammate who slid up the track in front of him here. Brandon Elder sliding through. There comes another car into it. Big mess. Right on board with Malikian one more time. Just so you guys know, the leaders did decide to pit there under this caution. We'll get back to live green flag racing here in just a minute. You know, the 16, he avoids everything but gets down on that bumpy apron. And who does that come in like a dart? Blue and yellow car.
Trying to look to see, was it maybe the 86? Travis?
I think it was. All right.
Yeah, we did. A lot of guys came in for pits.
Did anybody stay out? I think all the leaders came in, did they not?
I believe they did, yes.
So a big reset here. Ray Lane still leading. Alex Murphy second. New third place is Jamie Knopf. Richie Coy in fourth. The 18 of John Connor in fifth. And you have Bob Fitzpatrick, Nick Alford, Brian Dixon, Kevin Ruff, and Alexander Hodge, your top 10.
Yes. Get ready. Rack them and stack them.
So new tires. I got to get those up to temp and see what they do here from here forward. I mean, only 20 laps in and we've already changed tires, so got a long way to go. But if you do that, you will stay within the tire limits. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a fifth of the way into this race, so yeah, it's definitely worth it.
All right, pace car is going to pull off. The 41 is going to bring him down to the restart zone once again. As usual, shot out of a cannon. Green flag is out. Everybody spreading out in the back there.
I just went back. I don't think any of the leaders came in for tires. I didn't see anybody go down there.
I'm pretty sure they showed up. Maybe they just faked them again. I don't know.
Maybe I'm gonna have to go back and, like I said, I just rewound and I didn't see anybody go in for tires. Which is kind of surprising because, I would figure maybe you would want to go in and get some.
All single file up front right now. Jamie Knopf, though, able to take that second spot from Alex Murphy. Alex has dropped to fourth as Richie Coy's gotten by as well.
Yeah, I'm still rewinding. I just want to verify this, but kind of watching it a little bit on the broadcast. Hopefully they're calming down a little bit. That's all I can say. Just kind of get to that stage. There was a couple of fakers, but yeah, nobody did come down.
18 John Connor in the wall off turn one a little bit. It's going to check everybody up behind him. Nick Alford, Brian Dixon. Here comes Alford looking to the inside with the tunnel turn. Ooh, 18 loose. Hangs on to it.
Well, actually, now that I went back, the two guys that came out and did take tires, that would be the first two would be Lane Allen and Brandon Fetter Place. If you got anybody out there with the new tires, look for those two.
Everybody kind of single file possession down the front stretch into turn one. They start to fan out as they head into one. As that flashing car of Nick Alford looks to the outside of John Connor.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Nick much. Started 18th and 7th right now. Slowly working his way up through the field. I mean, we know Nick, though, he's one of those guys he knows how to save his stuff, and usually he shows up towards the end of these, and he's slowly working his way through the field here.
Fitzpatrick gets around the 35 of Murphy for fourth, so Bob's starting to work his way back towards the front.
And he's another one, too. I mean, he started up front, but he usually could save that stuff. Man, Jamie Knopf already up in second right now. He's not really, doesn't look like he's really gaining too much on Ray right now, but moving along. Him and Richie Coy are kind of fighting each other.
I was watching the 91, had a moment off turn 3 there. Hangs on to it. And, he has another moment coming off turn 1. Right in front of E.J. Luna, who had to check up. Wayne gets by. And that causes a big checkup as they head into turn 2.
Yeah, and Kermit didn't really, after that checkup, it looked like he didn't know where he wanted to go and almost kind of choked up that lane.
Yeah, same thing off turn 3. Come off that corner loose, and E.J. Luna almost into the back of the car in front of him there.
And man, they got a gaggle. Ooh.
Yeah, this is we got a car sideways behind them. Is that Brian Messer? Brian Messer down to the inside. And caution is out.
Looked like William Owens maybe got a little loose there.
Brian Messer, sideways in turn 3, comes to a stop on the inside.
Was that the actual caution? Yeah, Brian. Yeah, I do see Brian now, the 51. There was a pretty good checkup there, and William made some contact. The 21 made contact with the 14, and then the 71 made contact with the 21. 71 Williams just kind of fell back a little bit. And Robert Malikian had a checkup again. The 51, he just kind of he sailed it in there and kind of got himself loose. Looks like he didn't damage his car though.
That was quite the checkup, but that is what sent the 51 to the inside and spinning down to the infield. The little bit of infield we have here at Pocono, but
yeah,
finds a bit of grass.
Man, he came so close to not hitting that wall either. Good job on him.
Guess it's a good thing this place doesn't have a golf course.
You're right, yeah.
Or he'd been over there in the bunker.
Well, good thing the grass has got so much grip since that one update. You know, he was able to lock her down right when he touched the green stuff. All right.
Yeah, I know when they're him and Nick Alford golfing buddies, and they talk about Mr. Brian finding the bunker. He's finding the green stuff tonight. Tonight you don't want you don't want to be in the green stuff. You want to be on the black stuff.
That's right.
But yeah, definitely there was a checkup up front there. He took avoiding action. It ended up the one sliding sideways, unfortunately.
Yeah, he found himself in the proverbial sand trap, I guess.
You know what another word for sand trap is?
I don't know. Let's hear it.
Well, it's bunker.
Oh, is it? Is that what it is? My dad probably is laughing at me because I didn't know it, but I just call it the sand trap. I'm on the beach.
Got some pit stops here.
It's not too bad when you're in the sand trap, though, you know, because they give you the little rake and you gotta like smooth it all back out. It's very zen-like.
Is this a Zen garden? Is that what? Is this
kind of? And I did not see any takers. Well, I didn't see
Fetter
at least
Place?
the leaders.
Fetter Place
The leaders
is
didn't
in.
take.
Martin
Fetter
Pinnell
Place went
is
in again, huh?
EJ Luna, yeah. Brian Messer, of course, after that slide, wants to get some tires. Duranco back in. Some of these guys in for damage repair.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine. And I guess Brandon probably had a little bit more damage of the 34, but although it looks like he took tires as well. So
yeah, I'm not sure. I guess he got a good bit of damage, I guess, from that backstretch fiasco.
yeah, because he was in last spot, and I want to say he took tires that last pit stop too. So that's probably not good on his tire management. I'll definitely have to go back and kind of try to keep tabs on how many tires Brandon did take.
Hopefully just 4 at a time.
Well, I hope so. But still, you don't want to take 4 tires and then come back in 5 laps later and take 4 more. Especially before the stage.
Yeah, we've had a rash of cautions. We're just past a quarter distance here at Pocono, and already several cautions. Working our 4th caution right now. A lot of guys said it's going to be tough. Going to be tough out there, and that's proven to be the case.
All right, so Brandon did not take tires his previous stop, but he did take it this time. He was just in there for some damage repair. And William Lark is back in or was back in as well for some damage repairs. He's still got a pretty crinkled up nose. Although I'm still calling it for him. He's still got time. He might be able to salvage this day.
Got somebody out there cheering for the 91. Kermit Haney. He's got a fan out there in the crowd. Doyle says, "Here's an idea. When you wreck, hold the brakes." Yeah. Well,
It's not a half bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, why? You'd be wrecking by yourself then. Why would you want to do that? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Things happen quick here. And, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate for the next guy that commented, Mr. Corey Atkins, who's in the chat now. So he was trying to avoid the 21. Yeah.
You had nowhere to go, Corey. I mean,
no, absolutely not. Right in the back of your teammate. Unfortunately, you guys wreck together a lot. I guess a team that wrecks together stays together.
That's right.
It is kind of funny sometimes how that works out, because you end up with the,
Well, it's not like, us teammates ever wreck each other either. Yeah, so. It's just nature of the beast. It happens. When you do enough of these, you're eventually going to find people you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, here's what they don't know. What these tires going to do? This is another restart, fifth start and restart. As they come to the restart zone, the 41 launches once again. I tell you what, Bob Fitzpatrick launched with him that time. It's going to take over second spot as they head into turn one.
Yeah, he definitely was on the ball this time, and he was able to kind of stay with Ray. But I'll tell you, Ray's been loving this. Just been having a nice clean air night. Although it looks like we might be going back to lap one here, because Robert's looking pretty sporty right now.
Yeah, he said, I'm tired of trying to figure that out back there. As the 18's falling off the pace back there. John Connor falling out of the way.
Man, things are starting to get pretty spicy. That's for sure. Let's just see. Yeah, they got 10 to go before the stage here. So
sorry, Cameron Ruff, Brian Dixon. They're trying to go side by side. They sort that out. 2, 3, and 4. It looks like Jamie Knopf's wanting a piece of this 3 car. As they draft down the front stretch, he gets a little closer. Nothing doing yet. He kind of pushes the 3 away as the 3 starts to catch the 41 as they head in 1.
Well, and I heard something about the air bubble, especially with the draft, where it doesn't necessarily work the way you're intending it to work, and you almost kind of do push the car out in front of you, where it doesn't really help you to catch the car. So I heard that's a little bit of an issue. I don't know.
I tell you what, Fitzpatrick's got a fire lit under him now as he's on the back bumper of the 41 of Lane, and 48 of Knopf was getting a good push from the 19 of Coy. We're going to see them all kind of come back together here. We're getting towards the stage here. The lap 31, racing to lap 40 for the stage. They know these stage points, and that playoff point is on the line here.
Well, you looked at Robert going through turn 3 there. He kind of went a little wide, and Jamie was ready to kind of pounce on him, but you see that run, though, that Robert gets on him coming down to the front straight. So definitely Robert's trying to use that outside line for some momentum to try to get by him. And, yeah, with 8 to go before the stage, these guys want the points. They can see them.
Here comes the 19 of Coy to the inside of the 48 of Knopf. Knopf in the preferred lane, though, as they get down the backstretch, will be able to pull clear. As Fitzpatrick tries to close back in on the 41. They kind of lost a little ground there, but he is there now through the tunnel turn. Gets a little aero tight, looks like. Falls back to the 48.
But just watch this wider line and see where they're at by turn 1 here. Well, actually, he made a liar out of me because he's right on the yellow right now, so he did not take that one wide at all.
Trying to work with the 48 of Knopf as they come off turn 3. They're going to try to get a run here. You hear them shifting right there past the start-finish line.
Yeah, so they are bouncing down to 4 and then back up to 5 by the time they get to turn 1 here.
48 using a high line, the 1 staying a little, or 3 staying a little bit lower. So they still are unable to make much ground on the 41. Right on board with the 3 now as he through the tunnel turn. And I tell you, the 3 looks really good through the tunnel turn. It's just that dirty air. As I say that, he loses a little time right there.
Yeah, it's such a tough corner. It's so rewarding when you get it right, but it really kills you when you get it wrong. But man, yeah, Robert's really struggling now out of 3. He was looking pretty sporty, and he's Jamie Knopf is right under him. He might try to pick him here in turn 1.
Side by side into turn 1. It's a tough pass to make down there on the inside. The 48 goes into turn 1 under the 3. Fitzpatrick on the high side, Knopf on the low sides. They get really close coming off the corner. He clears him though.
Yeah, it was almost considered a slide job, but it looks like Jamie gave him a little an apology / thank you kind of a deal.
Hand out the window.
That's right.
Before ass in the wall.
Richie's just sitting in their 4th, just kind of waiting for these guys to play it out, maybe trying to capitalize here too. But I think he's going to need to find that outside line if he wants to maybe get around Robert here.
Let's see if anything can be done here. About 5 laps to go to the stage. The 48 starting to pull away a little bit from the 3, although they're going to come back together with this draft as they head into turn 1.
Yeah, while that's happening, Ray Lane has got almost a half a second lead over second right now, so he's just loving that clean air. And we've got a good, probably 8-car breakaway to 9th place right now. And 9th is Alexander Hodge, and he's kind of out front leading that pack, and they're all kind of single file back there as well. The one guy that took tires, the earliest guy that took tires way back when was the 19 of Lane Allen. I'm just kind of surprised that his car has not moved forward at all, especially with the new tires.
Yeah, he's running right now in 19th spot. The 14 of Lane Allen.
Yeah, well, even Brandon Fetterplace. I mean, we know he had a little bit of damage, but he also, him too. He just took tires that last stint, and he's kind of stuck in 21st right now. So yeah, he's definitely not exactly on pace, and I just wonder if it's the traffic, the air, that just not allowing him to really capitalize on these tires. These are 2 guys, though, I figured they'd move.
They are starting to close in a little bit on the 41 of Lane now. The 48 is starting to get a little bit closer with that draft.
Yeah, they are. Can they do anything when they get to his bumper, though? That's the thing. And it seems like you really can't get to the bumper of the car. You almost got to be side by side to even try to make that pass. But Jamie's slowly working on him.
Well, Bob way up the track through turn 3. But he's going to get a big run off turn 3 as well. That outline working out.
Looks like Richie scrubbed the wall again. You know how much I love to say that. Just saying.
Now all 3 of them up the track. Richie goes to the bottom, but the 3 leaders running that top lane through 1 and 2. Looks like the 48 has a moment there coming off the corner. Now the 3 of Fitzpatrick are going to try to pounce and go by.
Yeah, but can he get him clear before yeah, he does. Not again, not necessarily a slide job, but kind of paying Jamie back a little bit.
We talked about this in the ARCA race the other night. Those guys, if they battle each other, they'll never get to the leader. Sometimes you have to kind of work together, get there, and then maybe make a pass and then sort it out between you 2. We'll see if any of that works out here as this guy's trying to close in, as we have 3 laps to go to the stage.
I think these guys are battling some pretty raunchy tires. I mean, granted, we've had a few cautions, but I think some of these tires are just getting old. I mean, they're still the top 8 right now. They are running a great clip though compared to the rest of the field. But still, I think amongst these 8, it's just they're just trying to hang on for what they got with the tire they have right now.
And I think as we kind of get strung out here, get into a good rhythm, and we're coming to the end of the stage, so we're going to have another caution to kind of bunch things up, unfortunately.
I kind of went back to the lead or the second pack there, and Jeff Chandler's right now battling Alexander Hodge for 9th. He's on the underside of him in turn 3. Or no, is that turn 3? Turn 1? I don't know. I'm all confused. No, it is turn 3. He gets them. They're still side by side going down the front straight.
Watching the 3 of Fitzpatrick trying to make time up on your leader here. Now he goes to the middle of the track. Lost a little bit of time coming off the corner, but the 48's not on this bumper either. Now the 48 under fire from the 19 of Coy.
Yeah, there's a pretty good battle right now. With the they're a little strung out now, but that battle for ninth right now, Jeff Chandler. Jeff Chandler finally gets by Alexander Hodge. Jeff should get ninth for stage points. We got one lap to go for stage.
One lap left to settle it here.
Looks like we got a battle for fourth right now, or fifth right now. Alex Murphy and Nick Alford. Nick gets under Alex. Looks like he's going to clear him.
Slides in there, but the 34 checks up, tries to get that run off the corner.
Oh, yeah, Nick's back under fire with Alex Murphy. Alex had a great rundown and won.
To the inside as they head into the tunnel turn. He's going to pull up back behind Nick there, try to settle in.
He's on defense with the Kevin Ruff right now.
Kevin
Ruff had a great tunnel turn there.
Nobody got anything for the 41 of Ray Lane. Oh, we got a caution.
Ooh.
Brandon Elder issues out of the tunnel turn, it looks like. So that'll bring a premature end to the stage here. Well, Brandon looks like he's having issues with the steering on that car. Just going to bring it to a stop down here at the access road. Let's go back and look and see what happened to the 97 there coming through the tunnel turn.
Looked like he had a little bit of help from the 81 there.
Ooh, big hit. EJ Luna.
I don't see any wheel damage on Brandon's car, but you know, it doesn't really take too much. You know, at least visually, you don't need that much. Yeah, that thing looked evil.
Right on board with the 81. Just gassed it up there. 97 having an issue off the corner. Not sure why this is delaying like it is. Yeah, I don't think anyone expected to be side by side with Brandon there. Brandon had a little bit of a bobble there through the tunnel turn and right in the lap of the 81.
Well, I don't think we're going to have any shuckers and jivers. I think everybody's coming in for some tires now, and that's what it looks like.
Here come your leaders into pit road.
I'm sure Ray just wants to have a good pit stop. He wants to maintain that lead in that fresh air, that clean air.
Will we see any two tire takers? Maybe some of those guys that stopped earlier. I mean, it would be risky, but
yeah, it would be. But you know, I mean, I could see like a Brandon Fetter place maybe trying it. Especially he was one of the last guys to take the tires. But no, Ray Lane back out in front.
Yeah, pretty standard stop there. As Lane comes out, Fitzpatrick second. Nick Alford jumps up to P3. Jamie Knopf fourth. Calvin Ruff, Richie Coy, Murphy, Chandler, Dixon, and Michael Call, your top 10.
Yeah, a little shake-up within the top 10, but I mean, Jeff Chandler, biggest mover so far. Started 26th, up to 9th right now. Doing pretty well. We know how much he loves this place. He had a great finish on Wednesday as well on the truck, so he's slowly working his way up there, and you know, his car looks clean as well, so that's always a good it's always a good sign so far.
Yeah, Wayne Grossi actually matches him 18 spots up in 14th, so he's moved towards the front as well, kind of working his way through traffic slowly and methodically. Still a long way to go here at Pocono. Lap 42 of 100.
Well, I know a lot of these guys, they just want to start seeing these they want to see these long green flag runs here. Maybe even a green flag stop. And looking at the old calculator here, they've got about 39 laps. So they're definitely going to need one more set of stops. And that should be it. So at least one more stop for these guys to make it all the way. They're going to have about a 10 lap, 15 lap window to get this done, to get the stops done at least. Well, maybe almost 20 lap window. So we'll see. We'll see who, if we stay green, we'll see who's going to be the takers and the shakers.
Like I said, I think a lot of these guys would have rather not saw that caution for the stage. Although, I guess the caution was for an accident anyway, so I guess it really didn't matter. Just going to get a caution anyway. But they were kind of enjoying that little bit of a run there to kind of understand what the car's doing. Although we saw, man, how hard it is to pass out there. The leader, they get up to him, and then they get in that dirty air, and then it couldn't do anything with him. So, and the 3 tried, he couldn't get it done. The 48 tried and couldn't get it done. We'll see if anybody can take it to the 41 of Ray Lane tonight.
You got to capitalize on the other guy's mistake, and that's what it seems like. That's the easiest way to pass around here right now. That's what I've been seeing.
And they better be careful because we saw a lot of mistakes on these new tires, these colder tires. So everybody's got a fresh set now, but they got to make sure they got them up to temp here as they head into the corner. We saw contact on lap 1 because they couldn't quite hold the bottom. Will we see this again as Ray Lane takes the outside once again? It's going to have Bob Fitzpatrick. It's a rematch of the initial start here with Fitzpatrick on the inside and Lane on the outside.
Yeah, and I'm assuming Ray's going to get a nice jump off of this restart again. Yeah, the 3's right there. They're going to be duking it out for sure. But they got Nick Alford in the picture now. And this is the highest he's been already. So he's like, I want to play too.
Well, he's aggressive on these starts too, so he's going to try to give that 3 a good push probably here on the restart. Pace car pulls off. They kind of fall off the pace car a little bit there, a little bit back. In the restart zone, green flag is out. We're racing once again.
Ray takes a great command of this lead as he's been all night. Gets that initial jump, let them fight it out too wide. He's like, I'm just going to stay in this clean air.
Here goes the 3 Fitzpatrick. Oh, 19 Okoye way up the track into the wall.
Looked like he had a little help from Cabin Ruff there.
Falling back. Big damage on the right side of the 19. That's a big hit.
Ouch. Yeah. Everybody kind of gave him some space though, but yeah, he's got to be hurting car-wise.
Ray Lane still out front.
Yeah, I was going to say, it wasn't the battle that we were kind of hoping for. Even Robert Fitzpatrick kind of fell back a spot or two. Jamie Knopf right now running second.
See if we can go back and see what happened to the 19.
Third.
Let's see if we can get this sorted out. Go back and see if we can see what happened to the 19 there.
Yeah, I thought Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. was going to try and make it a double wide there on Nick Alford, but he kind of stayed out of it too. I mean, I don't know if I was out there too, especially with what we've been seeing with the tires. Just save. This is the time to just kind of save it. Get to that pit stop. Although Ray is just he's got a 6/10 lead right now, and he's just motoring.
All right, let's go back and see while things are kind of sorted out here what happened to the 19 of Coy here in turn 1, the best one tire, and all to carry instant replay. Yeah, just thought they wanted the same spot there in that second lane.
Especially on the first lap, cold tires as well, so pretty unfortunate. But there's still some good racing to go here.
You know, I don't know if the 19 might have been a little loose right there too, and there's not, you know, there was if you look going into the corner here, I'm on board with the 99. They're right, he's right on his door, and almost maybe he got him loose. I'm not sure, but they were really close. I'm not sure if there was contact, but it definitely upset the 19 car there.
Well, with the new aero, yeah, God only knows. There could have been a little disruptions in the Air Force. So, yeah, there's a possibility.
Yeah, 19 was loose getting in the corner there. He was loose. We was on board with the 19. He got loose. It might have been because the 99 was there, but he definitely was loose. I don't think there was contact.
Well, we'll see if he. We'll see. Like I say, there's plenty of time. Maybe one or two cautions that we don't want to see, but I'm sure Richie would like to see.
21 having issues off turn 1. I'm not sure if that was a computer issue or what, but he was flashing down the backstretch there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the 89 got into him. Wow, a lot of guys had to give him a little bit of room there, but yeah, he may have had a computer issue and just dropped to the low. Kind of good move on his end.
I don't know. I think he got loose off the corner before that even happened. Let's go back and look at that.
That's possible as well.
You said it was 89 behind him?
Yeah, the 89 was right behind him.
Oh, Wayne Grossi with issues now. We're live. He's dropping through the field.
Well, Wayne made some evasive maneuvers with all that and what's going on with the 21. I don't know if that screwed him up at all, though. I don't know. It looks like Wayne just got a little loose coming out of turn 1 there. Man, he hung on to it, but wow.
Now let's see what happened to the 7 here. While we were watching that other replay. Coming off the corner, 7 just dirt tracking off the corner. Oh, and then dirt tracking the other way and hanging on to it. Whew. And it's dangerous down there, too, with those bumps. He hangs on to it.
He did a great job of saving it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let's get on board with the 7.
I had to go back up front. Jamie Knopf, we got a yellow. As Jamie Knopf was starting to run down Ray Lane a little bit.
So much going on here. Let's run on board with the 7 real quick. Off the corner, sideways, and then sideways the other way. You don't want to be down there in those bumps. It hangs on to it. But you're right. We got a caution.
Yeah, I had to trying to go back to see what it was for.
It was like Alex Murphy involved. Man, he was having a good night. Go back and see it in our best one turn on the curious replay. What happened to the 35 here coming off the corner? He gets loose, and finally loses it down the backstretch. A lot of people having trouble off turn 1.
Wow. No contact, though. Everybody gave him room, so no harm, no foul. But, yeah, he burned up the new set of tires again. But I'm sure that's something that Richie Coy wanted to see.
He did the right thing and locked it down there because it was going. It was, you don't want to hit that inside wall, and you certainly don't want to come back up into traffic. And he just kind of spun it around and locked it down.
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised too. I mean, we've seen a couple of pretty good saves tonight. So I guess if nothing else, iRacing kind of fixed at least some of the weirdness that the car does present when it gets loose. So maybe they're a little easier to save.
Ooh, you saw Wayne Grossi go through the... Did he hit the wall? No,
I got to go back.
He was avoiding the 35 and just, I mean, at pace speed, goes through those bumps on the bottom and almost wrecks.
We saw Jeff Chandler a couple of weeks ago just coming out of the pit stop and hit one of those pit bumps and shot him straight up the track. So, yeah, the bumps are... No matter where you go, these bumps could be very devastating.
I'll ride on board with the 7 just for shots and goggles here off turn 1. He gets the caution. I mean, he's slowed way down. He's like not up the pace or anything. He's like, oh, yeah, car sitting in the middle. I'll just go down here. What's this?
That's the area he saved at the previous lap.
Well, he wasn't that far down, but he hit the jump down there.
Yeah, he definitely got some air.
We got some takers on pit road. Bob Fitzpatrick in. John Connor. Of our front runners, so Fitzpatrick, the one that kind of surprises me.
And he's taking tires.
Richie Coy's going to come in and get that damage fixed right behind him there.
Yeah, John Connor's also taking tires. Richie Coy is not taking tires. Just getting the damage fixed. Alex Murphy getting tires.
Interesting here. For some
84
reason.
taken tires. The 12 and the 30 are also in. It looks like just for damage repair.
The 7 probably came in to change pants.
Maybe. He's getting tires and pants. I'll take tires, pants, and a little gas.
And no, Wayne, if you're watching this back, that's not an old joke.
86 came in for some tires. The 2 came in for a little splash, it looks like. Maybe a little damage. Maybe just to check to see if he had damage.
Jeff Chandler up to P4 after all that. Kind of missed that in the action, but he's up to 4th spot. Still climbing his way towards the front, up 22 positions. I talked to him after the ARCA race this past week, and one thing he said he needs to do better is qualifying. He seems like he's always coming from the back every week. I kind of agree with him. I think he needs to start closer towards the front, and it's less work he's going to have to do on the front end of these races, and honestly, less damage, less chance of getting caught up in something back there in the back. So,
well, you say he wants to qualify better. I almost kind of felt like he always qualifies back in the back of the pack just because that's where he wants to be. So maybe
well, he
just
does.
needs to start. Right.
He does. I think he recognizes that the damage it puts him, or the danger it puts him in starting back there, but he's more comfortable starting back there. And he said it's easier, and I'm sure you can understand this as well. It's easier for you to kind of save tires back there and kind of pace yourself because you're not under pressure immediately at the start of the race. So yes. There's good and bad to that. Like I said, you're in the danger zone back there behind all those cars, but also you can kind of pace yourself a little bit better. And he's done a good job of kind of coming through the field, but there are risks, risk versus reward.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I always hate being up in front because I can't hold it up front, but Jeff can hold himself up front. So yeah, I'd like to see him maybe start up a little up front a little bit more.
And
might pay out for him.
Doyle makes a good point. They're all going to have to stop again. We're only lap 52. These guys can only go around 40, maybe just over 40 laps. So we are not within the window yet.
Well, a lot of guys still didn't pit anyway. So yeah, for sure, there's definitely. But yeah, the guys that did pit, they will have to pit again. The way we're going, they might get. We might have another yellow.
You don't think?
Maybe. I'm just saying. There's a possibility.
Maybe you'll reverse jinx them here. We'll go green.
I'm hoping that's what I'm doing.
All right, pace car's going to pull off. We're going to go green here this time by. The leader enters the restart zone. You see Nick Alford on the back bumper of your leader, Ray Lane, who shoots out of a cannon once again. The 48 of Jamie Knopf, though, is going to slot into second up on the high line.
Man, Ray is just, he is nailing every single restart, and he's doing everything he needs to do to keep command of this race.
I was wrong. That's actually Jeff Chandler that was behind him. Got William Owens way up the track in turn 1. As they come off, somebody slams the wall off turn 1.
Go back and see exactly who that was.
Was Duranco? No, it was the 20 of Pinnell, I think, right in front of him, the blue car. He hit it hard there. The front 5 kind of spread out as they're trying to go 3 wide off turn 3. Let's sort that out. Malikian backs out of that. Gets a good run down the straightaway. Good push from Brandon Fetterplace.
Yeah, it was the 20 of Pinnell. Just got a little loose on that restart. Going through turn 1 there. He bounced off the 91, but everybody kept it straight. So. All right. Well, before the caution, I was kind of waiting to see Jamie Knopf. He was really starting to kind of pull on Ray Lane there for a little while. unfortunately, Ray gets such a great run. Well, it's not unfortunate for Ray, but it's unfortunate for the rest of the field. So Jamie's got a little bit of work to do to kind of catch back up. But we've seen, I mean, there's a reason why he's the points leader right now. He can get up there. He could fight. But Jeff Chandler back in third right now, and again, that's another one. He's the guy that we've been talking about week in, week out too, having getting ready to knock on that door of a victory here. He has definitely put himself in position right now.
Yeah, Chandler up in third, Dick Alford fourth, Brian Dixon. This is what we're watching. Brian Dixon in fifth. Kevin Ruff all over the back bumper of the 0-3 there.
Yeah, Brian Dixon kind of came out of nowhere, showing up in fifth right now. And another guy, too, or actually two more guys in the top 10 who we haven't really talked about, E.J. Luna and William Owens in eighth and ninth right now.
Kevin just caught the wall there off turn 2 a little bit. He's going to lose a little ground. But, yeah, E.J. Luna right behind this 53 of Alexander Hodge.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of these guys kind of dicing it up now, but definitely we got a little bit of a new top 10 here. Even Brandon Fetterplace, he had a little bit of incident early on, but he's found himself back in the top 10 right now. Although I say that, he's under fire from Robert Malikian, and Robert's trying to get low on him in turn 1 here, and they're going to go door to door going into the tunnel turn, it looks like. Nope, they single out. I'll tell you, too, if I'm door-to-door with a guy on turn 1, if I know I can't reach him by that tunnel turn, I do the same thing. I'll back out. Just it's better to go through that tunnel turn single wide than to try to make a pass there.
Ooh, Hodge had an issue off the tunnel turn there. The 81 of Luna is going to jump him and take that position for P7. And all that did was kind of call the hounds behind him.
Ooh, William Owens just tapped the wall a little bit. Looks like Brandon's going to try and capitalize off of that.
Yeah, Fetterplace jumps to the inside, but here comes that train on the outside. Well, nope, the 16 is going to pull down and say, okay. Ooh, 30 points.
Yeah, Williams he's still got a pretty good run, though, going to turn 1, though. They are door-to-door, him and Fetterplace.
Down the Long Pond straightaway, the 71 gets a good run off the corner. He's going to clear Fetterplace as they head into turn 2.
Yeah, that tap didn't really hurt. That wall tap didn't really hurt him too much. Kind of going back up to front, though. Ray Lane's got a half-second lead, although we've seen that already before, and then Jamie's gotten closer. But
Travis Gilbert hit the wall there back there. Bob Fitzpatrick trying to come through the pack with those fresh tires. Gets around Gilbert. That's for 14th spot.
I had to go back, too, see what our code broadcaster is up to. He's stuck in 26th right now. Looks like he's got a very ill-handling car. He's way off pace and not even really within any draft right now.
Right,
so he's probably got a way more damage than probably he wants.
That hit probably had to do a good bit of damage. That was a pretty hard hit in turn 1.
Yeah.
So everybody kind of sorted out right now. Single file. Getting in a rhythm here as we hit lap 58. We start to inch into that pit window where they can duck in, get that pit service, and get finish it off and be done with it. This is one of those unique tracks where you can actually pit and not lose a lap. And normally you may want to do that, but here in iRacing, unfortunately, the tires, while they don't fall off, the newness of the tires matters greatly. So I doubt we see anybody actually take that opportunity.
Right. Yeah, and they got about 2 more laps before I would say it's safe for them to actually come in and get tires if they wanted to come in early. I'm more of especially with the cautions, I'd probably be more adept to go a little later in the run as far as possible. But you never know. There's going to be some guys, playing some tricks here maybe.
Chandler tapped the wall off 2 there. Lost a little ground, but just a slight tap. He falls back into the clutches of the 98 of Alford and the 03 of Dixon, though.
Yeah, and I'm watching Jamie Knopf right now because he kind of cut that lead of Ray Lane in half over the last couple of laps here. And he's just trying to get to that bumper. He's definitely got a little bit more speed than Ray right now, so I can see him getting up there. And even Jeff Chandler, before the little wall tap of him, he was kind of hanging with Jamie.
You're right. That 48 is coming towards the front. 41 a lane sees that 48 getting bigger in his mirror.
We're just going to have to see what kind of this arrow does, because that's where it seems like it really struggles with some of these cars. You know, unless they have a mistake, you really can't work up to them and try to get by them.
You have to choose a different lane other than the leader.
Right. You almost got to kind of stick the leader, or stick the guy you're trying to pass, to try to get him to get low and try to get that outside lane on him. Man, here comes Jeff Chandler. He might be taking a look on Jamie before Jamie's able to take a look on Lane. Ray Lane, that is. Too many lanes and too many Rays around here.
48 gets a little tight off the corner. 31 too, but he hangs on to it. And you see that gap forming once again. The top 6 have kind of broken away.
Yeah, they definitely, I mean, and it's kind of been like that the whole night. Top 6 to top 10, a few of those cars, they just get a really good, they have a really good setup or a real good groove going, and they're definitely pulling away from the rest of the field here.
Ooh, 48 in the wall there off the corner. But he did close the gap to the 41, who had an issue as well, I believe.
Yeah, it looked like, the 41 got a little tight. Here comes Jamie. Man, this is the tightest we've seen the top 3 right now, and they're getting ready to catch Ray Gill, the other Ray, lap down car. So
it looks like the 41 tried to run the same lane as the 48, but he got tied off the corner. It's going to bring everybody together for the lead, the top 3 right here.
Well, Jamie's going to have to try and he's going to try to have to trick Ray into getting low. He's going to try to have to make that move on the outside. But then he's going to have to kind of be aware that, Jeff Chandler's right behind him. So he's going to have to choose wisely, because if he can't get by Ray, he's going to lose it to Jeff.
48 running that high line, trying to get a run down the straightaway here. He's going to pull up to the 41 with that run. And they are catching the 21 right there in front of him. 21's going to stay high.
Yeah, 21 called it out a couple laps ago. He knew he was getting lapped, so he's like, you tell me where you want to go.
48 gets tight. 31 gets tight behind him.
It's wild, because you could see them gaining on Ray, and they just, once they get there, it's like they can't seem to kind of get any closer.
Yep.
Although the air, because of that clean air, but then you look at, Jeff Chandler, who's, kind of in the middle of this, and, he's able to kind of hang on to Jamie pretty well. But when you have that clean air that Ray's got right now, it just, you can't break that bubble when you're in second. It's definitely making it difficult for these guys.
Going over the 48 of Jamie Canal, kind of see what he's dealing with here behind the 41. You see him moving around. Now he's going to duck to the inside. Oh, he's got a good run here. Just can't quite do anything. Get that bubble, you just kind of push him away.
Yeah, he's going to have another run like that. Try to get maybe door to door with him. Even if he's not in the preferred line, the side air might mess up Ray a little bit, to where he might be able to get a little fight going on here.
41 looks a little nervous through the tunnel turn. And you see the 48 go to the outside. That's where he's been running.
There he goes.
Get beside him?
Yeah, he's got to run.
Yeah, but he's not quite side by side. The 41's going to shut that off, but the 48 right there on his bumper. Going to give him a push down the straightaway here.
Is he going to duck down, though? There he goes.
There he goes to the inside. 48 of Jamie Knopf trying to make a pass to the inside here in turn 1.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try and take Jeff with him a little bit.
Can't get it done. They're going to be side by side coming off the corner. 41 in the wall.
Yeah, but that outside lane, man, wow. That momentum of that outside lane is just, it's killing Jamie right now.
We'll see if he can do anything with him in turn 3. He's been on the outside making that work, but he loses a little ground in the tunnel turn. Brings the 31 on his bumper, and here comes Nick Alford to the inside again.
This is one of those ARCA stories. You guys gonna have to maybe
Caution.
work together. Oh,
Kermit Henny involved there on the backstretch once again. Wonder if that was a single car spin. We'll see as he gets it righted here. Caution number 7 here at Pocono Raceway. Let's get back and see what happened with our best one tire and all the care instant replay.
yeah.
Goes with the tunnel turn. And just loose off the corner. Spins it right around and into the wall hard.
Yeah, locked it down though. Everybody got by, so no harm, no foul with other cars. But yeah, he's got some pretty bad rear end damage there. Well, and I'm going to tell you, this is the time where you're going to want to stop. This is going to get you to the end. It might be earlier than what you wanted to go in, but I can't imagine anybody's going to be staying out. And I imagine Ray Gill is going to get the lucky dog. Just got lapped, but I think he's going to get his lap back.
Listen to the throttle input for the 91 here. It's not like he just stays in it when it gets sideways to spin it out. Interesting choice. And his teammate, the 41, is starting to come under fire there. So leaders come to pit road.
Let's see. Can Ray, is our 2-tire champion Jamie Knopf going to take 2 though? Maybe try to get that leapfrog. I don't know. That'd probably be a good idea, but
I can tell you the 3 of Fitzpatrick stayed out, so he is going to assume the lead here.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Doesn't look like anybody took 2.
No, Jamie for sure took 4. Looked like everybody. Yeah, everybody up front took 4. All right. Well, yeah, we're going to have a new leader. He's probably going to be a little off pace. I'm going to have to see when last time Robert actually took tires. Robert took tires on lap 51, so he's definitely not going to have enough gas to make it to the end here. I mean, unless we get a few more cautions, but I think with a 10 lap difference in tires, although that lead, that fresh air out front, though, it's hard to say, to be quite honest with you. I don't know what to say. This might work for him. The big thing now is Ray Lane's going to be in somewhat dirtier, so he's going to have to try and match the restart of the 3 to maybe try to get that lead back. But he's definitely going to see a little bit of dirty air for the first time. And yeah, it looks like Robert's going to take the outside.
Yeah, so we're going to re-rack him here as Bob's going to start on the outside of that 3 car. Ray Lane on the inside now. With Fitzpatrick having the lead here, he's going to get that launch on the restart.
Very interesting strategy, if nothing else, to kind of mix up this top field here. So
I think track position. You saw how hard the guys were.
Yeah.
Trying to get by the leader there, and it just, was having some issues.
But 3's not going to have enough gas. I mean, unless we have a couple more cautions that he could save here and there. As of now, he's not going to have enough gas. It's probably going to be about 5 laps short, I'd imagine. That's, of course, if we stay green. And who knows? Maybe he was able to save a tire, too. Save a set of tires. And I'm sure everybody still has at least one more set, though.
Lap 68 of 100. We're going to get...
Jeff Chandler fell back to 5th back there. Nick Alford's running in 4th. Jamie Knuff 3rd. He's at Brian Dixon 6th right now. Other than that, yeah, it looks like kind of the same players for the most part.
All right, the pace car is going to pull off this time out. We're going to get a restart. Lap 69. Should be nice. Pace car is off. They come to the restart zone to 3. Bob Fitzpatrick leading them away. Green flag is out, and Bob gets that usual leader jump. He clears the field.
Yeah, Bob got a great run now. Nick Alford needs to kind of clear the Ray lane, though. Ray's getting a bit of a push, though, from Jamie Knuff, although Jamie's probably not going to stick with him too much. He's been following him long enough.
Alford on the outside for second. Trying to get by Ray Lane. Here comes Jamie Knuff to fill that gap.
Yeah, Ray, that inside, you could just see how much that's killing him right now. Now he's for sure in some dirty air.
He's going to clear the 48. Who gets tight through the tunnel turn. Jeff Chandler pushing the 48 along.
But Robert on those old tires, man, had a great start there. Still hanging out there.
Oh, we got a wreck back here. Robert Maliki and who was that? Travis Gilbert. Loose off the corner and finally loses it. Caution is out. It happened in front of Maliki, and it wasn't Maliki that wrecked. It was the 86 of Gilbert.
Yeah, Robert had nowhere to go. He'd kind of nose into him.
Let's go back and look at our best one tire and all to carry. Instant replay, the 86 off turn 3. Looks like he tried to avoid a car that almost hit the wall there, and just finally goes around.
Everybody gave him some room, though, and stayed out of his way. So,
man, I almost turned into the wall there.
Yeah. He was able to lock it down. Well, now if you're the 3, you ought to be saving gas as much as possible. I don't foresee him get back into the lead, though. Or I don't see him going for pits now.
Robert Maliki in here. It all happens in front of him. Man, cars look like a handful.
Well, they were on fresh tires too. They didn't even get through the first lap there. So, man, tough. Looks like Richie Coy is getting the lucky dog. He may have stayed in a little longer to maybe get some more damage fixed that last pit stop. Yeah, he's making his way around. He'll be back on the lead lap here.
Let's see, who was your pick tonight?
I was picking William Lark, and unfortunately William is out. So, yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to offer you a redo.
I get a redo.
You've seen the 41's been strong.
I know, but with that clean air, I'm just got. You know what? I'm going to go on a limb just because I want to see a new winner, and I'm gonna go with Jeff Chandler.
All right, there you go. Been strong all night.
Yep.
Seems to like the track.
Yep.
Got the track position now. So, and they were closing on him there on that long run. So.
Yep. Trying to get some brownie points with Doyle as well. So I mean,
see.
you know.
Yeah.
Jeff's a good guy. He deserves it. We'll see if he can get up there. I mean, the way he's been running tonight, I could definitely see a podium. Well, at least I can. I'm hoping he can get a podium. It seems like if you're in that lead, you're strong. But if you're Second, third, fourth, fifth, they're all up for grabs. Everything behind is kind of like a free for all. There's been a lot of passing going around in that area. But Robert's going to need to kind of hold this lead though, at least for another maybe 10, 15 laps. If he can still stay out in front, and then we get another caution or whatever, where then everybody goes in and pits. I mean, that's definitely would be the best strategy for him.
You got Nick Alford now in second spot, showing up here late. 16 spots gained from his starting position of 18th. He's a player now. He's the one highest up with new tires now. He's got by Ray Lane. Ray Lane's currently in third right there in the 41, trying to get back to the front.
Well, yeah. Well, with Nick now too, Nick is going to be starting on the front row. This is going to be the first time he's starting on the front row, and he'll probably most likely have the inside. But we know Nick's got a strong car.
There's 48 of Jamie Knopf right there, just going through here. The 31 of Chandler we were talking about right there. From Alabama, you got Brian Dixon in sixth spot in the 03. He's from New York. You got Kevin Ruff in the number 99 there, running seventh. Good rebound for Kevin. From Indiana, you got EJ Luna back here, who snuck into the top 10. He's always been quick on these type tracks, so we'll see what he can do from Alamo, Texas. Brendan Fetterplace. I would say he's had a quiet night, but it's not been very quiet. It's been very eventful back there for him, but he's currently in ninth spot, cracking the top 10. And then you got William Owens in the 71 in 10th spot. William had a tough break at Talladega last week with that spin into turn 3, smacked the wall and ended his night.
Yeah, I mean we got a bunch of good players up there. Just can anybody get around anybody for the leader?
Checking last week's winner, J.C. Evans. He's currently running 14th spot right now, beside Lane Allen in the 14. J.C. having a decent night, although he's 4 spots down from where he started, just trying to collect those points.
Yeah, I can only imagine though. The car's got to handle so bad in the dirty air, and I think that's what we've been seeing. I can't imagine what it is during within the mid pack, but I don't know. Like I say, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, they all seem like they've been moving and shaking up there. So they've found a way to get around each other up there, but it seems like in some of these further backpacks, everybody's kind of getting a little stagnant.
Richie Coy back on the lead lap with that lucky dog, and then Robert Malikian involved in that last incident.
He went in and got some of that damage fixed.
All right, well, let's see what happens here on this restart. Fitzpatrick leading, Alfred second, Lane, Knopf, Dixon, your top 5. Pace car's going to pull off. We're going to enter the restart zone here. Get things back underway here at Pocono Raceway. Green flag is out, and we're racing again.
And the 3 lead car gets a good run. Jamie Knopf goes with him, though. Nick Alford did not get a great run. Unfortunately, Ray Lane got pushed back all the way to 5th now.
I'll say Brian Dixon got by him as well, up to 4th.
Well, I know Jamie's been wanting to lead this thing all night.
We got somebody smacked the wall hard off the corner there. Tell who that was.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and take a look. Everything's such a large track. It's hard to see who's. That may have been William Owens. Looked like. Yes, it was. Man, there's a pretty good battle for 5th right now. We got 3 cars and a bit of a gaggle.
Got a battle for 2nd as the 48 is looking on the outside of Nick Alford in the 98. Up the track, way up the track is the 48. It's going to scrub the wall off the corner. We got another car in the wall. Is that Fetter Place maybe? No, it was the Hodge machine, the 53.
Man, that battle for second still cracking on. Nick Alfred's just kind of stuck on the inside, though, not able to go. It looks like Jamie Knopf is going to be the victor of that.
So Fitzpatrick out front with those older tires gets a great jump. Now you got Jamie Knopf in second with a little bit fresher tires trying to track down our leader.
Kind of had to go back to 6th and 7th right now. We got E.J. Luna and Jeff Chandler kind of battling for that 6th spot right now with Kevin Ruff right behind them.
Yeah, Kevin giving that 31 of Chandler a push down the straightaway, keep them side by side. Looks like Chandler is going to clear into turn 1.
Yeah, he was able to make a good clear, kind of get that outside lane now. Just get out there and ride. Like I say, they should have enough gas to make it to the end now. The only one that's a little bit worrisome would be Robert Fitzpatrick. And I keep calling him Robert. I know it's Bob. Well, then change your name in iRace. But man, he really is making it work though on those 4 tires, or the older tires, I should say.
I was gonna say, calm down there, Grandpa. You see, they start doing that weaving down the straightaway as Bob brings them down to the inside lane.
Yeah, they that's the famous Pocono snake, I like to call it, because yeah, they all start snaking and trying to break that draft cone on the front straightaway.
So this battle for third is the 03 all over the back bumper of the 98. 98 got a little loose through the corner there as he's going to pull up and push the 98 down the straightaway.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Brian's been having a great night tonight. Kind of worked his way up. I mean, he started 5th, but we didn't hear from him for a while, and now he's back up to running 4th right now, and he's definitely got a quick car, so just starting to show up here at the end.
Yep, Dixon P4 right now in the 03 having a good run. Just need to close it out here.
Unfortunately, Ray Lane, though, stuck in 5th right now. Just cannot go anywhere. I mean, it just shows you how much that clean air is so important.
Clean air is keen. And right now, when clean air has the oldest tires, the 3 of Fitzpatrick. But here comes the 48. He's starting to inch in on him now.
Yeah, Bob got a little tight going into turn 2 there, I believe. And, yeah, Jamie's starting to catch him. But we've seen this before with Jamie. He gets really close to that the bumper of the lead car and just cannot do anything with it.
Now, Tony, I understand calling out a turn 4 when there's no turn 4, but when you call turn 1, turn 2, I don't.
I'm so zoomed in and they all look the same. Now I'm zoomed in and zoomed out. So yeah, I probably screwed up the corner.
Here comes the 48. He's going to challenge the 3 off the corner. The 3 clears him, and it's going to go way down to the bottom once again.
That the snake. Eventually, you're going to see the entire line of cars kind of snaking through that front straight.
It's the Pocono chicane there on the front stretch.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of that. I mean, I know it does help with the draft a little bit, but I like to be in the lane.
You know why we aren't fans of? Oh, we got a big wreck back here in the back.
Yes.
Cars around. Michael Blackner involved. Alan Duranco, Martin Pinnell. Lane Allen involved. Most everybody gets rolling again. Although Lane's going to need a wrecker. He's going to come to the pits here. We got somebody smoking big time back there. That's Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. He has not had a good experience here at Pocono.
No, and it looked like J.C. Evans, our last week winner, and William Owens both had a little contact towards each other, and definitely took out a few cars in the back there. I'm counting.
Look at our
least
best
5.
Best one tire and auto care instant replay. You said it started with who?
The 71 and the 09. Made a little contact.
So 09 up the track, into the 71. And then, oh man, Lane takes a big hit there.
I'll give Alex Murphy and Brian Messer. They were able to kind of weave their way right through that. Brian Messer had a really He was probably closing his eyes because that was threading the needle for sure.
14 definitely tore up there.
Yeah, it definitely tore up a few good cars there. Man, oh man. All right. Well, I guess this is the point, though, too. Do we have anybody that might take it? A couple fakers. Nobody's in though. And I'd imagine too, with the amount of cautions we've been having, Bob Jr. He should be able to. He should probably have enough gas by now.
Yeah, I don't think gas is a concern. Those tires may be a concern, though.
Well, I'd imagine both, but he's probably looking better on gas now than the tires, I would say.
Yeah, but you do have some back there taking pits. Most of them have damage, though, looks like.
Yeah, I'm looking at Wayne Grossi's in, Michael Blackner's in.
Hides, Murphy, Hoffner, all these guys involved in accidents tonight. Messer.
Yep, Robert Malikian's back in, Alan Duranko back in, Richie Coy back in. Mason Hoffner, I think you said that. Yeah, Brian Messer, Alex Murphy, AJ Zepeda, who we haven't talked about at all. He's kind of having a pretty good night. Started 23rd, up to 14th, at least before that caution. William Owens was in. Going back through the top 10, though, Bob Jr., Jamie Knopf, Nick Elford 3rd, Brian Dixon 4th, Ray Lane 5th, Jeff Chandler 6th, E.J. Loomis 7th, Brandon Fetterplace 8th, Kevin Ruff 9th, and Michael Call 10. So kind of the same players for the most part.
When you pick the 31, Doyle said, good choice.
Good
choice. I still think the 3 looks strong. Now, if I go a few more laps, you might see a lot of people pit, and he'll get back on the same tire strategy. Which, I mean, even if he loses the lead here, if he hangs with the leaders, it's still kind of a net gain. But you do want that clean air.
Yeah, well, and he's been holding off Jamie, and Jamie's been very strong. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely got the car, but that clean air, it's really that's his biggest asset at this point. And again, I'm pretty sure he should have enough gas, but being the leader, you want to take that chance. Yeah, I'm going to go in, and then somebody else is going to stay out, because you're going to have somebody who's going to stay out to get that, especially too, if the laps run down to say 10 to go, you're going to have somebody staying out just to get that track position.
I got to fix a visual thing right quick. We'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. We had to fix I just saw I didn't have the screen maximized here for the stream. I wanted to give you guys a full view here of the last 20 laps here at Pocono Raceway. We are getting ready to see a restart with 20 to go. 19 actually to go.
Well, I apologize too. I didn't even notice it wasn't full screen, although I'm kind of running it in somewhat of a windowed mode, so I can kind of keep an eye on chat as well. So,
what kind of snack are you having there, Clint Boyer?
It's a tobacco snack.
Pace car is in through the restart zone. Green flag is out, and the 3 of Chandler gets a good jump, but not as good as he has been. But he does clear the 48 going into turn 1. There's going to be a battle for the second spot. The 48 on the inside. Brian Dixon with a good run on the outside is going to fight him into turn 1.
Yeah, Brian's he's got that outside line now. So if he can get door to door with Jamie Knopf, he doesn't. But yeah, that could have worked out pretty good for him.
They just get tied off turn one, but they make it work. Bob Fitzpatrick continues to lead, pulling that left side, trying to break that draft as they head into turn two.
Well, he's definitely got the clean air on his advantage, but has he been saving tire along with it? Because that's what's going to win this race for him if he's still got the tire. Although here comes Jamie. Jamie tried to make a dive there.
He's quick. He's very quick with those newer tires. Because he's going to, okay, he decides not to follow this time. He's like, nah, that's enough of that.
Yep. And in a way, too, I think that almost kind of hurts the three if you don't necessarily get a guy. You're kind of stranded out on that island all by yourself. But I don't know. I mean, this clean air, it's almost ridiculous to a certain point where it's such an advantage.
You know, you were talking about how you didn't like the snaking down the straightaways. I don't either. And that's just simply because I think we were brought up with, you know, the fact that you didn't have to, you didn't have to do that. You had horsepower in the car. You didn't have to break the draft. This wasn't a draft track, but now with these cars, it is.
Yep. And here comes Jamie. Jamie's the closest. He's going door to door right now. He's got that outside line as well.
Outside to the outside of the three of Fitzpatrick. Is he going to be there? Looks like he is. He's got to run off the corner as well.
Yeah, I think that's where that low line now too is going to kind of hurt Robert. You got Brian Dixon right there, kind of in tow. He's gonna, but man, the three still out front. Here comes Jamie though.
He wasn't quite clear to chase it up the track there. Here comes the 48 by him on the outside. New leader, 48, Jamie Knopf, as they head into turn two.
Well, I can't say it wasn't going to happen because Robert put up a good fight, but now he's starting to really lose it. And I think the tires are really starting to come into play now.
Ooh, there's dirty air there through turn two. I think cost him is now the 03 of Brian Dixon is going to go around the 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick. Caution.
Here we are, caution. Yeah, I think
Michael
the dirty
Paul,
air.
Alan Duranco involved in turn 3.
Yeah, I think the dirty air with the bad tires is. He was probably happy to see this caution now. Now it really depends on who's going to go in, maybe take their last set.
Before we do that, let's look at this replay. Best one tire and all care instant replay. The crash in turn 3. Oh, get cars together early on there. Let's see what happened.
It looks like a Michael Call, but yeah, I think it's so weird. I almost hate to say it. It looked kind of like a flick, which is what I'm used to. I'm good for, but that was very odd. Unless he had a problem with computer visuals, maybe.
I'm not sure. Looks like something with the computer maybe.
Yeah, then he hit the brakes and parked the Toad. And I'm trying to listen to see if anything's happening over the radio. Some guys are a little upset, but I didn't really hear an explanation of what had happened there.
Well, no takers except for Ray Lane. The 41 comes into the pits.
That's definitely going to put him behind quite a bit. I mean, unfortunately, you're kind of in that spot. You know, if you're going to go in, and you're not going to have anybody going in with you, you really don't have any. You really don't have any choice of that. So it's definitely a gamble.
Got the chat saying Michael Call lost his screen is what happened.
Okay, so yeah. And I'm not sure if he's a VR user, but yeah, I can definitely I can see that happening. depending on what headset you're using as well.
Noticing an uptick in computer issues as of lately. A lot of people having issues, mostly with VR. Their VR shutting off or going black or whatever it be. It's you know, there's a lot of it happening recently.
Well, I haven't been experiencing any issues as a VR user. My VR has been pretty strong. I haven't had many issues with it, so it could be with different headsets though as well. So I don't know.
As a VR apologist, you aren't having
Yeah.
any issues. Is that what we're getting at? Okay, I understand.
I'm a VR loyalist. I will never go back to monitors.
And I don't think I'll ever go to VR. I've tried it. Nah, it's not for me.
It's definitely it's not for everybody. I love it too much. I can't give it up.
Too many issues, but that's not really why. To be honest with you, I don't know. I'm not a VR. I won't say I'm not a VR enjoyer. I do enjoy it in some games, but I can't do it for long. It causes some vertigo issues. I don't know. But that may be to do with my vision more than anything else.
Well, yeah, it does. Some guys, they don't like having something on their head. And sometimes the units get a little warm, and if you're in
A lot of
a
people talk
2-hour
about
race,
how hot. Yeah.
that's why I have the cheat code. I wear a hat backwards, so it kind of soaks up a little of the sweat. So I don't feel like I get
I
as
wonder
hot.
if the heat maybe has something to do too with the issues with the screen going black or something. It may overheat at some point too.
They do make a fan kit for the unit that I have, so I don't have the fan kit, but
Just
I
turn
usually keep
turn a fan on your face.
yeah. Well, I
And then
usually
you feel
keep
like
the
you're
room
just
in here cool.
cutting through the air anyway. So
Yeah, right.
All right.
When I wear it, it almost feels like I have a helmet on my head, which is, if I was in a real race car, I'd have a helmet on my head anyways.
It's just goggles, but okay.
It's like a helmet, but not a helmet.
Well, just don't be a helmet.
Yeah.
All right, we got we're gonna hit the line with 12 laps to go. Jamie Knopf leading Brian Dixon now 1 and 2. Nick Alford Fitzpatrick your second row. EJ Luna creeping up there with Jeff Chandler in the third row. And Feder Place and Hodge fourth row. And then Brian Messer and Kevin Ruff rounding out your top 10. Pace car's going to pull off here off of turn 3. 12 laps to go here at Pocono. Waiting for the green flag. Green flag's out, and we're racing once again. And you saw Jamie Knopf take the inside there. He's going to pull Bob Fitzpatrick with him as they head into 1.
Yeah, I was just going to say, too, Jamie took the low line, which is kind of surprising. I mean, it didn't hurt him at all, though, because he was able to get a good commanding lead out there. And, Robert's right behind him.
Jamie Knopf up the track, a little tight. It's going to check him up. The 03, or the 3 of Fitzpatrick right on his back bumper, going to go to the outside as they head into the tunnel turn.
Wow. We got a battle here. We got a good battle for the lead here. We got Robert on the outside now, kind of trying to maybe do the same thing that Jamie did to him earlier. But we know Robert's got 10-lap older tires.
Fitzpatrick got a little tight there as they into the tunnel turn. Now to 48 on the bottom. He doesn't really want to be there. He's going to slide up in front of the 3 of Fitzpatrick, retake the lead here as they come to 11 laps to go.
I know Robert's been giving it everything he's got, especially with the old tires, and he's definitely in striking distance right now.
I really
Can he
thought
make the pass?
I thought the tires would matter more here, but it looks like he's hanging in just fine there.
He must have been saving out front. Maybe out front it was allowing him to save.
Hard into the wall off turn 1. We were just talking about those tires. Maybe they kind of gave up right there as Dixon's going to get by for second place. Here comes Nick Alford under him for third.
Yeah, he hit that thing. He hit the wall pretty hard there. Jamie's looking in the mirror and saying, hey, I'll take it. Sad thing is these guys have what they have right now, and it doesn't look like, if they were going to pit, they would have pitted that last stop. So they're going to ride this out to the end.
They come off the corner. Ooh, is that Jeff Chandler? Getting a little loose off turn 3, trying to stay out the guys on the inside or outside.
Ooh, gets a little contact with Kevin Ruff there.
He's in a lot of positions. He's going to fall to 9th.
Man, I'm gonna have to stop picking anybody. It seems like every time I pick somebody, they don't do well. But man, looking out front though, Jamie Knopf half a second lead over Brian Dixon right now. And Brian Dixon having a great night running second.
Yeah,
he's almost got enough free air in front of him where he's got he's got almost clean air in front of him.
Dixon making that change over the off season from A to B to Hot Lap Heroes from East Motorsports. It looks like it's paying off right now as he runs second. Now the battle for third, Bob Fitzpatrick, Nick Alford. Nick trying to side draft there. Brian Dixon trying to give his teammate a little help with drafts.
Yeah, and I'm surprised too with the hit that we saw Bob take. I'm surprised he's still in this mix fighting for third, especially with the old tires. I mean, he's got to have a hell of a car under him.
Yeah, he's hung on there, and now he's hung on to third. Got back around Nick Alford. Now Fetter Place putting Nick Alford under pressure.
Yeah, Brandon came up quite a bit. He was in the outside of the top 10 not too long ago, and now here he is in fifth. Hell of a rebound for him.
Kevin Ruff blinking out there every now and then as Alexander Hodge looks under him for position. He's going to get that. So put Alexander Hodge up at the 6th spot.
Man, crazy.
Chandler trying to claw back towards the front here.
Yeah, I'm just kind of watching this battle for second. I mean, second through 10th right now is really just kind of heating up. Everybody's going for everything. It looks like Robert just tapped the wall just again.
On the wall again. He's chasing that draft with the 03. Dixon.
Still gaining on him, though, even after the wall tap. I mean, Jamie Knopf, though, he's 8/10 lead right now, just sailing away. I don't think anybody's got any. If it stays like this, I don't think anybody's going to be able to catch Jamie at this point.
Yeah, if it stays green, it's going to be tough. You see the 3. Chasing that draft got a little loose, I think. But he's drafting right back up onto the 03 of Dixon.
Yeah, he's been able to make the draft work for whatever reason. He's definitely can close in down that front straight.
Oh, Dixon gets a little high off the corner. Fitzpatrick right on his back bumper.
Well, I really hope Robert makes it into a victory, or at least the podium here, because it's going to be an interesting interview, to say the least. He's had a hell of a last almost 50 laps now.
Nick Alford flashing like crazy right now. It's got to be frustrating being behind him, as now Alfred's going to look to the inside of Fitzpatrick. But Bob's going to get that run off the corner and be able to hold on there. Now he's chasing that draft to the 03. You're right. All this happening well behind our leader, who's got about 8/10 of the second lead, Jamie Knopf out front.
Yeah, it looked like everybody. I mean, everybody from second through 10th that last lap going out on the exit of turn 3. Everybody looked really tight, almost rubbing that wall. Not Jamie though. Jamie's like, I'm just still out here grooving. And the one person I don't see in chat is Ben Tracy, his team owner. I mean, and what does this do for the points? Well, it's just going to extend his lead.
That's true, too. He comes in with a nice points lead. Looking to pad it here tonight at Pocono.
He's having a killer season, Dean, right now. And again, if it stays green like this, I don't see anybody getting there.
Ryan Messer, Ray Lane fighting for position back there. Looks like Ray Messer out of the groove. It's not going to happen for him. Here comes Kevin Ruff. Let's see. Alexander Hodge, Brandon Fetterplace all racing for position.
Well, Ray, I believe, still has the most points or most laps led tonight. And he restarted like an 18th on that. You know, he obviously took tires that last stop there. And he's been cutting and grooving through this field. But Yeah, he just does not have enough laps to kind of get back up to where he was. He might be lucky to even salvage a top 10 out of this tonight.
Yeah, they've cut the lead down a little bit. It's only 6 tenths now to the 48 of Jamie Knopf.
But there's just not enough time. 4 laps to go. 3 laps to go.
It's going to be 4 laps to go at the line. Never say never.
They could catch him. They might be able to catch him, but are they going to be able to pass him?
Well, I'm just going to let you go on the record and say that it wasn't going to happen. We'll see what happens.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Brian's looking really strong.
Don't back out of it now. Don't back out of it now.
Brian's looking really strong, but he's got the 3 all over him. So he's going to have to make his move wise before, it might be the ARCA curse where, you're going to have second and third fighting.
Yeah, you're going to have to work together. If it's going to happen, you're going to have to work together for sure.
Right. And unfortunately,
I
don't see that happening.
Not going to happen. So that's going to pretty much do it for those guys. So they're going to race for second here.
Yep. See, I was very confident in my call.
And Jamie loves to see it. Now, I thought it could have happened, but these guys are choosing other options.
Hey, they want to get up there.
I mean, if you want to get up there, you probably should have worked together instead of racing each other. But
Robert gets by Brian.
That's easy to say in the booth. In the car, I know you're thinking, "Oh, I got to get by this guy. Got to get by this guy."
I'll tell you, man. Robert's got to have a hell of a setup on him right now. So, like I say, he's got 10-lap older tires than a lot of these guys, and we've seen him touch the wall a few times. Just very impressive right now.
So 3 and 4, they're going to come to 2 to go. I know if you're the 48, you just want to see that white flag. 2 laps to go for Jamie Knopf.
Yeah, he's almost got a 9/10 lead over second right now. And they're. I mean, second through 6th right now is under a blanket.
Bob Fitzpatrick way up the track here.
But I believe that's the line he likes, though, and probably with the older tires, it's probably going to work out better for him. I mean, he was doing that early on in the race in turn 3. He was getting that wide run and making a lot of momentum out of it. If that's what he's got to do to hang on to second, he's definitely going to do it.
Hodge hard in the wall off turn 2.
I'll tell you, these guys, they are not leaving anything out off the table right now. They're giving it everything they have.
Ooh, the 03 gets a little loose off the corner there. Nick Alford right behind him.
You got the
white flag.
Yeah,
One lap to go here for Jamie Knopf leading the pack here. Bob Fitzpatrick trying to chase him down, but he is out there about 7/10 of a second out front. Bob Fitzpatrick running in second.
Yeah, Jamie's going to have a major issue for anybody to get there. Man, I think even second and third are kind of sewed up right now.
Ooh, Bob had an issue off the tunnel turn. He's out of fuel.
Man, the one thing I thought he was going to have enough of was gas. And
no. The 03 under Nick Alford for second. He's going to wash up and the 03 is loose off the corner.
Wow.
And that's going to hand second place to Nick Alford. But Jamie Knopf, your winner tonight. All the action happening behind him, but the 48 takes victory here at Pocono. The winner of the Pocono 250, the 48, Jamie Knopf.
Yeah, Brandon Fetterplace actually gets third, Alexander Hodge fourth, Kevin Ruff fifth. Wow. Unreal. I did not have that in my bingo card.
Nick Alford second, Fetterplace third. Your top 5 is Hodge and Kevin Ruff. You're right. The 03 did so good all night. Gets loose off the last corner and finishes 7th. But heartbreak too for the 3 of Fitzpatrick Jr., who runs out of fuel on the last lap.
And I said second and third had it sewed up in that last lap, and I was wrong there, completely wrong. Wow. And I'm just kind of surprised because I knew fuel was probably going to be an issue for Robert, but I'm just surprised he didn't bother to try and come in and get a little splash.
So Jamie Knopf picks up win number 2 of the season, extends his points lead over second place, and I think second place was at Fitzpatrick in points.
No, Nick Alford actually was second in points.
Yeah, so Nick Alford finishes second, right back him. Kevin Ruff. Richie Coy had a rough night. Brandon Fetterplace, your top 5 in points coming in. So, big
Yeah,
win.
unfortunately, the top 2, though, there's not going to be really any shakeups in points, except the top 2 are just going to kind of keep extending their lead.
So while the 48 celebrates, let's look at our results here for Pocono. The Pocono 250 come down to the wire there, but the 48 of Jamie Knopf had it all under control. Takes home the win tonight, win number 2 of the season for the 48. Nick Alford finishes second in the number 98. Brandon Fetterplace, good rebound for him, comes home P3. Alexander Hodge in the 53 finishes 4th. Kevin Ruff 5th in the 99. 6th is going to go to Jeff Chandler in the 31. 7th for the 03 of Dixon. Man, that heartbreak off the last corner. Ray Lane rebounds to an 8th place finish. EJ Luna 9th. And William Owens rounds out your top 10.
Then finishing 11th, we have Brian Messer. Richie Coy, actually, not a bad rebound for the night he had, finishing 12th. Michael Blackner, 13th. AJ Cepeda, 14th. Alex Murphy, 15th. Wayne Grassi, 16th. JC Evans, 17th. Mason Hoffner, 18th. Robert Malikian, 19th. And the last guy on the lead lap was Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. Obviously, he had a great run. Fortunately, ran out of gas. He finished 20th. Then the lap down cars, Michael Call, Ray Gill, Travis Gilbert, Martin Pinnell, Alan Duranko, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., Lane Allen, John Connor, Kermit Henn, Brandon Elder, Colton Gunn, William Lark, Corey Atkins, and Cameron King rounding out your 34-car field tonight. Man, crazy night.
Yeah, very exciting. Down to the wire. You know, we had action all the way down to the very last corner of the last lap for sure. So looking forward to talking to these guys, getting their takes on tonight's race. 100 laps in the book, 250 miles, and a checkered flag falls for the 48, Jamie Knopf. When we come back, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers, kind of digest what we just saw there, and recap all the action tonight. We'll do all that on the other side of these commercials. We'll be right back after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Back here at Pocono Raceway with our Victory Lane post-race show presented by Victory Fuel. wrapping up the Pocono 250, an exciting race that ends with an exciting finish. Maybe not for the lead, but from second on back, man, it got intense there on the last lap. We had one run out of fuel, one getting loose off the corner. Everything was happening there on that last lap.
It was nuts. Like I say, even the last corners, I was calling it, thinking that this is how I was going to finish, and man, I was wrong. Crazy, but man, Jamie pulled out another victory. I'm sure Ben Tracy's pretty happy seeing that happen, and man, it was a great race.
And we're going to kick it off talking to our top three finishers, starting with our third place finisher tonight, the 34, Brandon Fetterplace. Brandon, congratulations, man. It was an exciting last lap for sure. I guess pretty exciting race all race, because I think you were battling in the top 10 all night, trying to battle your way towards the front.
Yeah, that was something of a race. It was it's pretty tiring. It was like you just had to make the right moves at the right time. You couldn't do anything without a draft or without help. So, the new tire model and aero, it was pretty tough out there tonight.
Yeah, it looked like everybody was really struggling in dirty air behind the car in front of them, especially from second on back. It seems like when they would catch them, they just run into that bubble or that little pocket of air, and it seemed like it was really affecting the car. Kind of talk about, I guess, firsthand experience, because I know they just made changes to this car. Kind of what you felt out there, what you kind of learned about the car tonight. I know you guys probably been tinkering all week trying to prepare. So, what's the verdict on the car?
It's just a lot of learning. I mean, you definitely, these cars generate a giant pocket of air. So, once the left front or pretty much most of the nose gets covered, if you're not peeking out just a little bit behind the car to the left side of the car in front of you, you are just no downforce on the front end, and it will shoot straight to the wall. So, with the tires and that sort of thing, we just have to get better at manipulating the air. You can do a little bit better on defense now. Kind of blocking lanes and kind of, air blocking and such. So, it's definitely a different turn for how it was before.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a little more challenging, but it sounds like you have more options out there. So I guess that kind of helps out as well. Either in front or behind, and you kind of know what to expect. But I tell you, talking about this race, so I know you started kind of in the, let's see where you started, top 10, didn't you not? Yeah.
I think I was like 10th, 15th, something like that.
I think you started 11th. It says eight
yeah.
plus 3 is 11. So, yeah. Anyway, I know you were right around the top 10, and it looks like it was pretty exciting. You could have had a little bit of everything, especially in that pack back there. Just talking about the struggles of being like, does it, and I hate to just ask you about this car, but I want to ask you about your race too, because what you experienced out there, because you was around some action there tonight too.
Right. It was, I put myself behind the 8-ball pretty early when Cameron King got loose in front of the, I guess he got spun or he got loose, one or the other. All I did was turn to the right, and the car kind of hooked to the right and went straight into the wall. And so, I had wheel damage from that moment. So my first stage was just trying to get the car repaired, trying not to kill it even more. I don't know if you've seen from the broadcast, but there were wrecks all around me that first
Yes.
the first stage. So it got real exciting, real hairy there, real fast. But the second stage, the car was fixed, and I kind of used what I had learned during the week with the air and the downforce and stuff like that, and kind of just waited for people were burning off the right rears and getting tight behind other cars, and it just seemed like everybody was kind of struggling with everything, and I was able to at times kind of capitalize on their struggle. But all in all, I thought it was a great race. I had a lot of close battles with some of these guys out here, and everybody was fast tonight. Everybody was struggling at the same time. So it was definitely very eventful.
Well, you were fighting there with your teammates too. The 03 of Dixon, Nick Alford right there as well. All you guys kind of right there together towards the end. Unfortunately, Dixon kind of had an issue off the corner there, but man, he was in position to have a good run too.
I was pulling for him. I was trying to push him up there. I wanted him to to get up there. But just unfortunately, we're digging for everything that we can there at a 3, and looks like he grabbed a little bit more than what than it was going to give him. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, again, man, congratulations tonight, third place finish. Hopefully, this is you getting back on. I know you've had kind of a rough couple of races trying to get back on top of things here, and even with that, I mean, it's still within reach as far as the points go. So, congratulations on your third place finish. Good, solid finish tonight, and I hope to talk to you again. But I'm going to hand you the mic there, let you do your shout outs and your sponsor plugs.
I definitely appreciate it. Hopefully this is the momentum I need. But first and foremost, thanks to the team, Hot Lap Heroes, for all their help. Nick Alford, Brian Messer, Brian Dixon. Those guys are awesome to work with, and every race is awesome. With them. So thanks to them. Thanks to y'all for the broadcast. Thanks to the Victory Fuel for the sponsor, and thanks to everyone who watches these broadcasts. And we'll see y'all next week.
All right. Well, there's your third place finisher tonight. Brandon Fetter Place bringing home P3 for the number 34. And I believe you're standing by with second place finisher, Nick Alford.
Man, Nick, it seems like I talk to you every week and you're always in second place.
Man,
how is another bridesmaid night for you? How was your race tonight?
I mean, it was a race. It was a race. I mean, the update's great.
Well, I'm kind of surprised because you even say that because, I mean, you were up front, in the top 5 for a great deal of the race and just kind of battling, but it didn't seem like anybody could catch that leader. It seemed like that clean air was really king tonight, and you guys everybody kind of behind kind of got stuck in there. So, what was that all like?
Yeah, so I mean, I got up through the field pretty quick, starting towards the back of the field. But once I got to like 4th or 5th, I could get up to the rear bumper of the car in front of me. But once I would do that, once that dirty air got dumped on my splitter, it just kind of made me really tight, and I couldn't do nothing with them. So, and for some reason, the bottom didn't seem to work at all. So you were kind of stuck to one lane. And that's just how it was. I mean, it's unfortunate, but the tire model is amazing now. It's just the aero is kind of definitely a big learning curve, I think.
Yeah, well, we noticed, the outside line was definitely predominant tonight. But you like the tire. So what's so different about the tire this time around?
Well, the tires, I mean, you get penalized pretty big if you abuse them really early. If you have a slide, it just kind of compounds over the next 5 or 6 laps to where you'll start getting snappy loose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I mean, we did see like the 03 or the 30 Robert Fitzpatrick. He was able to he had 10-lap older tires and he was able to kind of hold that lead for a while. So I mean, I know the old tire was kind of that same way, but it's not as bad, I guess, or is it? Would you say it's worse or better?
The old tire held heat a lot longer. This tire, even when you go pit, it shows temps in the mid 150s to 200s. So the tire cools down a lot faster. So if you do kind of burn up run them a little hard early, you can cool them down faster and rebound from that. So I think Junior was he was just doing a really good of managing his tires during that one stint before that caution when he stayed out.
All right. Well, yeah, it's interesting to know, and I know a lot of guys were struggling with the car in general tonight with the aero and stuff. But hey, at least a little bit of improvement on the tire is pretty good. So again, congrats on your second. I know we're going to see you in victory lane probably soon enough, and the floor is yours. Thank your sponsors.
Yeah, give a good shout out to Team Conti, like always, giving me really fast setups. The Hot Lap Heroes, we had a really good points night tonight. The whole team finished towards the front, so shout out to them.
All right. Well, there's Nick Alford, your second place finisher, and I believe we have Richie Coy with our leader and points leader, still points leader.
You have who with what?
I think you have our points leader
I'm pretty sure you
and
just
our
called
race
me
winner.
Richie
What
Coy.
did I say? Did I call you Richie? Oh man,
You'll love
I'm never gonna live that one down.
Yep, nope, you will not. But let's talk to our winner here in Victory Lane before I go off on Tony Solari. The winner tonight, the 48 of Jamie Knopf. Jamie, congratulations, man, on a solid win tonight. You saw those guys back there in the closing laps battling for position side by side. Just looking, I'm sure, just looking for that white flag and waiting for the white flag to come out. You did not want to see another restart, another caution. You just kind of maintain that gap at the end, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir. Yeah, I got up to the lead, and then we had one caution and a restart, and I didn't drive it hard enough, and then I think Robert got up to on my outside, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna lose the lead here. And then I was able to clear him back in turn 3, and then I was good to go after that. But I hadn't took the lead or had the lead going into turn 1, and knew really how hard I could drive it, and I was a little loose on the bottom, so I was a little scared to, put the throttle down too early and then slip and then wreck from the lead. So I played it a little careful, but it all worked out. And then, there at the end, I was like, please let me just get to the white flags. I didn't want to have to do another restart.
Well, Jamie, you were one of the guys really working that outside lane through turn 3, really working that really well, getting that run down the straightaway. I think you even made the pass on the outside at one point there in turn 3. So just talk to me of it. Is that something you kind of worked on during the week? Is that something you kind of found during the race?
During the week, like I could run that third lane and be pretty comfortable with the car. And if I ran the bottom, it would get a little loose on exit, and I'm a little heavy on the foot. So when so even like on the first start, I think I was on the bottom, or maybe the second restart, and I come off of one over there sideways on the bottom. I was like, man, I hate the bottom down here. And then, but when the track cooled off, because the track was really hot at the beginning, then when the track cooled off, the car got a little tight, and I was scared to make an adjustment on that last pit stop. And so I just started running the bottom, and I was able to make more ground up on the bottom than I was on the top. So I just kept running the bottom, and it was a little freer on the bottom, so I didn't burn my right front up as bad.
And quickly before I throw it to Tony, just a quick question. What's the story behind the paint scheme?
Well, I got to get a new paint scheme. Daniel, he's on vacation this week, so I got a new setup team. I'm with Chris Ferguson Motorsports, so I like to thank Joe and everybody over there for the awesome setup this week. And so hopefully I have a new paint scheme soon.
Well, it definitely worked.
Yeah, I had the Jimmy Johnson paint scheme and the Jeff Gordon pit crew, like he did that year he won the championship.
Well, it definitely worked out. I'm going to toss it to Tony, though. I'm sure Tony's got a question for you.
All right.
Man, yeah, you just extended your points lead. I mean, hell of a nice run tonight. Obviously, you get the win. You've been really kind of screwing us up though. With we keep looking for that yellow car, and last week you were in senior car. This week you're in a Jimmy Johnson car. So hopefully we'll get back to a normalized paint job, so you're not confusing us. I mean, for me, I get confused quite easily. Obviously, I just called him Brody Ritchie a little while ago. So but again, congratulations, man. It was a good job. I'm sure Ben's out there. Did you get a text from him at least saying congrats or anything?
Oh, no, not yet. But it takes Daniel about a year to make me a paint scheme. So once he finally gets one done, I'll run it for a while.
Well, again, yeah, congrats. And I guess, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Yeah, I like the thank you guys for the broadcast and putting the league on. And track started out a little hot, it was a little slick, but it cooled off there toward the end, and I think the racing got a little better because there was less cautions the last half of the race. And just thank everybody for coming out and putting on a good show.
All right, there's your winner tonight, the 48 of Jamie Knopf, taking on the checkered flag here at Pocono. Win number 2 of the season, Jamie. You come in with the points lead. There's one last thing I wanted to talk about, the points lead. You come in with a hefty points lead, I think 38, 39 points. You're just going to extend that a little bit too. So looking good so far this season. Only 5 races in, and that's a pretty large points lead to have at this point in the season.
Yeah, I had some really good runs. I had some really good runs in the season 1, but I had some bad luck, and so this season everything's going okay. So hope the wheels don't fall off.
Making up for it.
started getting, bad luck here, but so hopefully we can keep the momentum going into Atlanta next week.
Absolutely. We look forward to seeing what you guys can do next week in Atlanta for sure. Good luck next week. Congratulations. Enjoy it tonight. And we'll see you next week in Atlanta.
Thank you.
So it's tonight's winner, the 48, Jamie Knopf, gets it done in a chaotic last lap battle behind him with the 03, the 3 running out. Bob Fitzpatrick running out of fuel on the last lap. Man, it just a little bit everything happened there on that last lap.
I'll tell you, there was some excitement at the beginning of this race, but nothing beat the excitement on that last couple corners there. And I don't think anybody could have predicted that was going to happen. It's just awesome job by Jamie. The team's really, like you said, he had a pretty rough A season. Season B is definitely working out for him. And I'm sure he can't wait for his teammate to get back on track too. So and especially when Ben is eventually going to return as well. So he'll have some friends out there to be able to run with.
I don't know. You might want Daniel to take more vacations the way he performed tonight.
Possibly,
We'll see about that. These guys really struggle with this aero and this new tire here tonight at Pocono. Boy, if they thought this was a challenge, just wait till we get next week at Atlanta, the new super speedway. But it is a 1.5 mile super speedway. These cars have always been kind of edgy there, and I'm sure it's going to be a very challenging race next week at Atlanta. I look forward to seeing what these guys can do, though. But I know some of them have to be a little nervous, Tony, about next week.
I am glad we are in the booth. I don't know about you, but I assume you're probably going to say the same thing. I don't like running that track in any car, but with this new aero package, people are going to be on their toes for sure. And I guess we're really going to see what this aero package is going to be all about, especially on a 1.5 mile super speedway. So. It's going to be fun.
They're definitely
that's for sure.
Going to be on edge. We're going to be here to cover it all here on Full Throttle Television next Monday night at 9 p.m. The Victory Fuel Cup Series back in action at Atlanta Motor Speedway, or we calling it Echo Park Speedway. I'm probably going to get some crap for even mentioning that, but a lot of the guys not really keen on the on the renaming. But anyway, down in Atlanta, looking forward to that. And in 2 days, we actually get our first taste. Actually, no, they're not at Atlanta, are they? The trucks are not. Guess where we're going?
No, we are not.
Lime Rock Park with the Truck Series. Looking forward to that in 2 days here on Full Throttle Television. You can catch all the action of the Sim Racing Points Truck Series at Lime Rock Park Wednesday night, 9 p.m. right here on Full Throttle Television. See those truckers take on that interesting road course right there. Man, that run up the hill is going to be a lot of fun.
It's greasy. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be a lot of fun. If you guys want to tune in, check it out, see what these truckers can do. But that's going to do it for us tonight here from Pocono Raceway. We wrap up Pocono weekend with a great, exciting last lap battle. Jamie Knopf taking home the checkered flag in the Pocono 250. So for everybody on Full Throttle Television, for all you guys watching out, I hope you enjoyed it. For Tony Solari and myself, we'll see you in 2 days at Lime Rock Park.